because
She got a toilet.
I've got nothing to talk about. No, honestly, if you want to go in, go. I'll just I'll fill it in with some sort of music like that, some like elevator music, some random picture.
That'd be quite cool. Like if you like, that'd be quite interesting if you have two people and there's that like awkward silence. So you just put like elevator music, just to fill the silence.
No, I like it. I like awkward. I think awkward silences can be quite enjoyable in certain situations. Like, yeah, because like, I don't know. I think it's because I don't look forward to meeting new people these days. So if we're gonna have an awkward silence, I can just like enjoy it for a bit and just like laugh at it. Just like the thing I love about awkward silence is like you make all this effort. You like you get a recommendation from a friend or maybe mutual friends.
Mm-hmm.
You get dressed, you get a haircut, you think of like talking points. You travel. It's London. It's at least an hour travel. Where are we going to be going? You're going to go somewhere nice.
Yeah.
And you're going to be your best self, and you have nothing to talk about. And it's just like, isn't it funny? Isn't it funny? I made all this effort to say nothing and feel awkward. Like, I was like, you know, I'm just going to enjoy that, and then I'm just going to like, make an excuse and then leave.
But you're talking about like dates, yeah?
No. It doesn't have to be a date. It could be just like a social, like a birthday party or something like that. It could be anything.
But it's a two-way street because you have to do your part and they have to do their part in order to like make conversation, isn't it? If they're not doing their part right, yeah, then you're just wasting your time. For example, there was a girl I knew. Yeah, I'm not gonna say no names because I don't want like the beeps and stuff, right? Yeah, and she was.
Next time I'll just cut out it completely and beep it.
People were listening and they hear the beeps and they're like, ah!
I could have just cut to the bit where you were saying how the guy, the boy wanted the two other boys to fuck, and I was like, that's enough. That's all you need.
But for first time podcasting, right? Yeah, it's still better than most other podcasts I find.
Well, I don't.
It's just that I think what I like about it is that it's so random.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't even finish like what certain things that we're saying as well.
I've only watched a bad podcast I didn't like one time, or I mean, not one time, but so when I find a podcast I don't like, I never re-watch it.
Oh.
But it could be that other like podcast, and like usually it's like it's not even that it's and it could be any number of reasons. Like I was watching this one by the Lotus Eaters, and they were having a go at Frankie Boyle because basically Frankie Boyle in his new his last stand-up special, he had a go at Ricky Gervais for making jokes about transgenders. He's just saying like you know, you don't get, so the Ricky Gervais basically is like you know, you don't get to be a woman just because like you don't because you identify as one. And like Frankie Boyle's like going like, but isn't Ricky Gervais doing the same thing? I mean like he identifies as a comedian. It's political correctness gone mad, and like it's such a cool joke. And so like the Lotus Eaters, they're talking about how because it's not just this, he's criticised other comedians as well, and they made this so there's this joke on Frankie Boyle's show, they've got a political show, where this black woman makes a joke about black people wanting to like kill all white people.
Yeah.
And they were like, so both the podcasts are both white, and I'm like going like, well, that's not funny. And like, and then they talked about something that's quite funny on Little Britain, where the two white comedians, they occasionally will do like black, like brown face, because you like 8 characters.
Yeah.
I was like, so you find the two white comedians doing brown face funny, but you don't find a black lady saying something, making a joke about killing white people funny. And it's just like, it's that annoying thing. It's like Bill Burr says, people will laugh at anything as long as it's not in their group. But then like, I've got all those jokes are so funny. But wait, you're talking about people that are like me? No, that is not funny. Well, you do not have a sense of humour. You've gone too far.
Actually, yeah, because when you think about it, probably more now than it was before. Because my brother, he watches like a lot of, he watches what's it called? a lot of like old comedies. Alf Garnett. What's his show called?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To Death Do Us Part. Is that what it's called?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know what you mean. I know what you
Yeah.
mean.
So he watches a lot of that, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of racial humor in that towards.
Yeah.
And even in like 40 Towers, there was like some racial bits in there as well. That I think the BBC must have cut it later, but like, you can still find like loads of it.
Yeah.
So he's actually able to find like the funny side of it, like
Yeah.
because about that time, right? Yeah, everybody was just like, oh, it's big laugh, yeah. But now you can just say like one little thing and someone gets offended. Let's call it what they call it, the snowflake generation. That's what they call it.
Yeah. But I mean, that I think that's every generation relative to their circumstances. Because like,
Well, I mean,
the more
wow, yeah,
the more that
way.
becomes acceptable, the more people find to take offense to that. Because like the thing is, and because it's relative, like no one had time to be offended in the past because either there was a war happening,
Yeah.
because war hasn't been a problem for the Western world for decades now, but there are like recent generations where they've had to deal with war, Holocaust, war crimes, and all being either happening to or being caused by Western countries.
It's kind of like things are so hard back then that you had to like accept it, but now that things a little bit easier for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like somebody that doesn't get bread every day, right? Yeah, like they're struggling and stuff like that, but they don't complain. They don't complain. They know that's life. Yeah, but somebody who gets bread every day, and then one day he doesn't get bread, he flips out. Where the fuck is my bread? Yeah, and that's I heard a story about. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna go back to like about the girl.
Sorry, I cut you off earlier.
No, you do it. So there's a story about like I don't know how much of it was true, but it was about a bank manager or someone high up, right? Yeah, he got like a black cab, and when he got to his destination, he paid his money, but the cab driver shortchanged him by £1. So the bank manager decided to like come back at the cab driver right here while he was driving away, and he somehow ended up getting run over. I don't know how much of that is true. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like it's made up, but
No, it doesn't sound too made up. I mean, if you're slowly like pulling out in your car, and you glance down, you think like, there's no way some random person's gonna run in front of my cab, and vice versa. So I don't. I mean, if they're saying the guy was hit at high speed, then I would be suspicious. But if it's like someone like ran over his leg or something, yeah, Sam's.
Yeah, probably. There's probably something like something
Yeah.
ran over. Yeah, because like newspapers, they like to kind of
Yeah, they will
over exaggerate. It's
Yeah,
like
it's not exaggeration, but it's sensationalizing something. So what they're printing is true, but the way they've printed, the words they've used, or sometimes the photos they've used, it'll make it. Yeah, there's a brilliant one from the Metro where the front page is rubble of these houses caused by some sort of explosion. And the headline is "Zombie Apocalypse." That is a real. I wish I'd taken a photo. That is a real headline the Metro used. I'm sure I can find it online. There's like no way no one took a photo of that.
No, you know what it is? It's Google. It's the front page of Google, right? Yeah, because they always have these stories, and I hate them. And it's like, this person's done something very fantastic. You never guess what. It's clickbait. So you go Google it, and then you're like, this is this is nothing special. I did this last week.
Yeah, but it might have been special at the time. It might be special at the time.
I think like I know they call it clickbait,
Yeah.
but it happens. It's happening like way too much, and for stories that like you're not interested in. It's like I listen to like I follow like a lot of wrestling sometimes, right? And some of the stories that they have is like, oh yeah, a new person signing with this company, right? Yeah, and then you go to look to find out who the person was and person is, and it's like, who the fuck is this guy? I don't know who the fuck is this guy. All right, so going back to this girl.
Yeah, but cut yourself off. Don't be a dick to yourself. You know? Who do you think you are doing that to your own story?
I'm gonna tell you a little other joke later. But yeah, this girl, she was so quiet. It's like you couldn't get like a word out of her, right? So I told a friend of mine, I was like, look, if I was ever alone with this girl on a desert island, right, yeah, I'll just literally kill myself because this girl does not talk at all. So whenever we were at work and I was standing next to the girl, right, yeah, and I see my friend, I'll point to my friend and I'll say, desert island, desert island. But she,
wow.
But you know, but what I did realise is that.
So just for our deaf listeners, when with the sound, that was the motion of a knife going across the throat.
No, not her throat, my throat.
Your throat, yeah, your throat, yeah. Okay, yeah. You'd rather kill yourself than be on the desert island.
Yeah, because she doesn't
experience.
Talk.
Yeah, that is her.
Yeah, so she doesn't talk right. Yeah, she doesn't talk at all right. Yeah, so if I kill her right, yeah, she's still not talking. Like, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. And I'm gonna be like.
Yeah. If anything, now she's even more annoying because now you got to get rid of the body. You've got to like, and then if you get caught, it's this whole thing with like, it's a desert island, and the jury's not gonna get it. You get such closed-minded juries. You don't understand.
But I did notice that like. If you have somebody that's very quiet, all you have to do is find something that they are really passionate about, and then they end up opening it up later.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Because you just have to like keep on digging. Be like, oh, do you like music? Do you like movies? No. do you like anal? Oh yeah, I love it. I can't get enough of it.
Yeah. Do you know what I love the question, do you like music? It's very popular to dislike that question because like, oh yeah, everyone likes music. Do you like breathing? It's like, but the reason I think it's a good question is because like, there's a massive difference between, you know, like enjoying music in the club and like these people that play in bands that have these like super record players that have these like counterweights that play. I'm not making these. Have you seen it? Yeah. They're massive. They're like bigger. They're like some of these things are like 10 feet tall, and they only play records, and but literally there's like no loss of speed. Obviously the sound quality, and they got these amazing. And I was like, so yeah. I think like when you ask someone, do you like music, and you might be able to get talk to someone like that, because I used to work with this guy who was like a massive, not a massive, no, he was Islamophobic.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh. I mean, like, which is fine for me because I'm not Muslim, well, I'm not religious, but still bad because he kind of don't. I feel like I shouldn't be talking to people. With those kind of views, unless maybe I'm trying to change their mind. But my God, he was so annoyingly interesting to talk to. This guy has seen every big like band you can think of from the 70s, 60s. Really? Rush, Hendrix, Bowie, and it's just like, and he was telling me about like all these like live concerts, and I'm like, oh my God, I wish you didn't hate Muslims. I wish I didn't have this guilt. Hearing you talk about Rush.
I can imagine him at a Rush concert, right? Yeah, and then like the lead singer's like, anybody got a request? He goes, yeah, do that song about hating Muslims. But you know what? Yeah,
it might be. I mean, I can't tell what they're singing. Who knows? It might.
I'm not even. I know Rush got like a big following.
Yeah.
But he's probably lucky because back in the day, right? Yeah, you could have seen like loads of good bands, right? Yeah, for like a good price money, right? nowadays, right? Yeah, to go see a band, right? Yeah, it's really expensive. I wanted to go see Simple Minds. If I went to go see Simple Minds back in the 90s, right? Yeah, I guess I would pay something like, be at the back, probably £20, right? £30 or something like that. Yeah, maybe maximum would be like 50 or whatever. And this is like coming up to 2000s. But now, if I want to go see Simple Minds, right? Yeah, I have to pay like £100 to sit in like the very, very far back. And it's like, I'm not paying £100 to sit in the far back, because when you think about it, you have to pay £100 for the ticket, then you have to pay like extra for the tickets to be sent to you, and then other bullshit. Then there's travel for the place. Then there's money for your food and stuff. All in all, it's going to end up being close to like £200. So it's like, what's the point?
I think it's because, unfortunately, not many people are like us. Like, I mean, up until recently, I was seeing lots of live music, but fortunately, because a lot of the bands I really like aren't that big. No, they're just not popular. They're just not popular. That's all it is. They're just not popular.
There's only 2 people in the audience.
Do you know what? This one band I went to see. God, what were they? Which one was it? It might have been. Oh God, yeah, Real Estate. You haven't seen? Have you heard of them?
I think I've seen Real Estate. I think I know Real Estate. Like, they kind of look like it's a 5-piece band or something like that.
Yeah, 5-piece band, and like the I think the bassist is Asian, is South Asian, or maybe Middle Eastern, but he's like he stands out amongst all of the skinny white.
Is the lead singer? Have they got these funny hairstyle that makes them look like they're from like the 60s or something?
Maybe a couple of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got like a beach rock kind of like.
I think I might have seen like one of the videos. Yeah. They were shit.
But yeah, the first time. No crap! It wasn't even them. It was the Step Kids.
Oh.
Yeah, it was the Step Kids. It wasn't even bloody them. It was the Step Kids. So I went to see the Step Kids. The first time I went to see them, the venue lost power. And so they were trying to get the power on for like an hour, and then after about an hour they were like, yeah, we're just gonna do 3 acoustics, and then we got to go because like we're being here too long. And I can't remember the point I was trying to make now. Anyway, but anyway, then I saw them again and they played. Do you know what? That story is irrelevant to the point I was trying to make.
No, you're talking about like seeing bands and like ticket prices and stuff like that.
Yeah, so if I really liked popular bands as much, that'd be so bloody expensive. But most people, they're happy with just seeing like Madonna this one time. I'm not sure. That's the door. Just a second.
Oh yeah. Oh, you might as well stop this or something.
No, it's alright. Someone got it. Boom. And so yeah, I mean, if you think like, they're only going to see Madonna. That Madonna's the only person they're going to see for like 5 years. They're not going to see anyone else really, or even for just 1 year. Then it's not that's why you can get away with paying side deposits.
But if you think about it, there's some people that actually enjoy live music a lot, where they want to see like loads of bands. You know, like it. I never thought about going to see live bands, you know, because I had other things on my table that I enjoyed and stuff, and I didn't see like a lot of like live performances on TV. You know, you have like Glastonbury and stuff, but I didn't, or Reading Festival back in the 90s, and I didn't really watch it too much. But it's only now with YouTube, right? Yeah, I started seeing all these bands, right? Yeah, and how they are live, and I was like, wow, that's fucking amazing. So like, I wanted to like get into it. But it's like I chose the worst time to get into it, because it's like you need to be earning good money just to see all these bands, and it's like ridiculous. If I'd gone like earlier before, I could have seen bands in their prime. I could have seen Simple Minds in their prime. I could have seen Brian Ferry. Brian Ferry's still like good and stuff. I could have seen like Tin Star. I could have seen like Me One and all that stuff. But now, fuck.
What use this opportunity to find
new bands.
Some new bands.
Yeah. Yeah, but because of the COVID and stuff, you're not gonna have like many concerts.
yeah, for a while. Damn yeah. This is man, this is gonna suck for like live music.
I'll give it 2 years. 2 years, and then everything will be going back to normal.
But I mean, you didn't miss out on festivals. Like
Oh,
I mean, I've only been to 2 festivals, and they were both
you went
the
to
same festival.
festival or something
Best,
like that.
it was festival, yeah.
Yeah, I know why you went there.
Why?
Because of the drugs.
What?
Yeah.
No, you get way more drugs at like Reading and Glastonbury.
Oh, was it? Oh.
Yeah, because no, festival's like family friendly, so
Is
it's,
it?
yeah. They have like a kids like campsite, family campsite. Yeah.
Oh, wait, sorry. Sorry, no, it's not festival. It's another one that my friend was talking about. It's like a trance one or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I-
festival,
yeah.
festival.
Oh yeah, transfer. Yeah, I mean that's like part of like listening to the music. Oh crap! I'm gonna silence that and
I'm not gonna pick up that. It was probably
Yeah.
me rubbing my legs
What?
in that last one.
Well, I was doing what?
Because I heard like in the last podcast, I heard like someone rubbing their legs, and I was like,
Oh, yeah, no.
that sounds like me.
Oh yeah, maybe. I mean, all I heard was me like banging a table every time I wanted to make a point. Like I'm from like politicians like. It's not just about the dicks. It's about why he thought it was right. What this means. What kind of mother would do that?
do you think that most politicians are like are secretly gay?
I think many people in all fields are secretly gay, and definitely it's more you. I mean, I don't think it's any different to any other field, but definitely the secrecy is taken a lot more seriously and like than it would be in like positions of like power and like big money. Because people are still, even like in a Western country like the UK, people are still ashamed to be gay, and even if they're not ashamed, they're afraid that it might hurt their career. So they're totally like you. There is no way of unless one day magically being gay is almost universally accepted as like being cool and normal. Then we might actually know how many gay people are in the world. But until then, there's just no way of knowing.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
you can just phrase yourself as a Spartan instead of like being gay.
A Spartan?
Yeah.
What, like just going into... You know what?
Yeah, because
Spartans are fucked up though because of the whole like disabilities thing.
No.
There are no disabled Spartans. Yeah. Going like So yeah, what did he do? It's like I train for hours. I can kill hundreds of men. It's like I was like and I fuck like a warrior. I can go for it. My stamina is unrepentant. It's like I'm the bravest man. I do whatever. And I killed like a bunch of my kids because they had like lazy eye, and you can't have a lazy eye when you're going into battle. I mean, it doesn't change your vision, but I don't know. I'm just old fashioned, just in case. You never know.
Yeah, but
might drop too low one day.
They're gonna find out loads of like, but there's so many disabilities, right? Yeah, and I guess like the Spartan babies had to be perfect. So anything that was like a little bit off, right? Yeah, they just kill the baby.
Yeah.
Oh, you put a little
And
bit
you know-
weight.
Do you know what's fucked up? You're allowed to get a disability once you're an adult. Because one of the guys loses an eye. He's like, well, you're disabled now. You've lost an eye.
Actually,
That's a disability.
But that was in the film. Probably in like in real life, right? Yeah, they just try and fake it. You know.
He was like painting an eye in his eye. It's like
Yeah, I've one Spartan right here who's blind right here, and he's like going around pretending that he's not blind. And he's like, yeah. Let me think of a Spartan name. Goes, oh, Leo, over here. No, you're talking to a tree. Over here, Leo. Because I know I was talking to a tree. I just wanted to know if you knew I was talking to a tree. Yeah, they can just say they're Spartans and stuff. Because Spartans, they thought like having sex with a man is noble. I remember.
really? Okay.
Yeah, I remember in the film Alexander, with Colin Farrell, which was which was it wasn't great film. It wasn't great film, right? Yeah, but there was a scene where he was talking to I think it was Socrates or something like that, or whatever it is, right? Yeah, and I was talking about like being with another man, and he goes, if you lay down with another man, and the feeling is pure, and you both have like affection for one another, right? Yeah, then that is a good thing. But if you lay down with a man and it's not pure, then it's a bad thing. So in other words, saying like it doesn't matter who you're with, as long as like everything is pure and you actually love this person.
Oh,
Yeah. So it was very interesting.
oh, okay.
But like a lot of homophobic people would be like, no.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like,
No.
it's unfortunate. And that's also like an interesting thing. As like every time I learn something new about history, it's like I think of like homophobia. What else a new thing? I don't know what is. No, sorry. I'm thinking of like gay pride as like quite a new thing. Well, actually, it's not. It's older than the Spartans. It might be even older than that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that is pretty cool.
Even I heard like you know, Native Americans, right? Well, I don't know if they like to be referred to as Native Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I had heard that there was a gay community in that as well.
Yeah, I think I've heard there was a trans community amongst Native.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well. So yeah.
Like think about like ancient Japan. I mean, like some geishas were actually men.
Oh really? Oh
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's it seems like being gay has been there since the dawn of time. It's just nobody wants to like acknowledge it.
Yeah. It's it's one of those things because you get like Black History Month, and I'm not sure if there's a gay. I'm not sure if there's a gay. Is there a gay history month? There probably is. There is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is. And it's like it's such it's become more and more annoying to me as I'm getting older, because it's part of history has been left out of like regular history. So like, so literally every story is like kind of. We're gonna show the history apart from the gay bits and the black bits, apart from slavery, but only because we have to.
Yeah.
We've got to leave the black bits in that one.
But
everything else,
you know about slavery, right? Yeah, I think like I heard a story saying that they were only able because the countries they were going to is like there were like kings in Africa and stuff, right? Yeah, that had their own slaves, so they were selling their own people to the slave owners. So like I guess that gets not talked about in Black History Month.
Yeah, but
you sold your own people.
To play devil's advocate, I think there are some black people who like that, because like the whole thing with like there's I once heard I've heard a few times black people say that black people can't be racist.
I said that last time.
And
but they can be racist.
And like the thing that annoys me about it is that like if you like look just a little beyond that statement, basically it means like black people can't be racist because black people are always victimized in all parts of their lives, and it completely ignores all the success that doesn't let alone the success of like black people in this generation, but in past, good and bad. Like have you heard of the Barbary Pirates?
No.
Well, first off, the name isn't very accurate. But they were basically it was a massive fleet, a massive African and Middle Eastern fleet that operated along the coast of the North Africa and part of the Middle East. And they made every ship that came through there pay a tax. And sometimes even when they did pay a tax, they would still kidnap rich people and send them off to ransom, sell them into slavery. I mean, there's even because North Africa to here is not is not too far. They sometimes sail to like Cornwall and just like pick white people off the beaches
Oh.
and take them out. And like I'm thinking like, it's like yeah, like there's this whole history where like where black people were not only like the slave masters, they were enslaving white people. And,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and it doesn't get talked. And I think part of the reason it doesn't get talked about is because like some black people like that want to like put forward this like this idea that are always victims. And I'm not saying victimhood amongst black people doesn't exist. I have been made a victim because of my race.
Yeah.
But I'm not a victim all the time, man. I fucking win too. Like
I did hear about...
but the main point I'm trying to make is that I can be fucking racist, man. I can be racist. I can be just as racist. Don't you dare tell me only white people can be racist. I can do anything. What you think the KKK is going to be more racist than me? I'll show you. I'll show the KKK who's a real racist. Then you can beat me at racism. You want to? Oh, okay. It's on. Let's go.
Because I did hear about that, what do you call them, the what?
Oh. They're called the Barbary Pirates.
Barbary pirate.
But pirate is basically the name that were given by all the European American nations that they were paying taxes to. In fact, it's the reason the Barbary pirates are thought to be one or maybe the main catalyst of the American industrial complex, because basically the Americans just got fucking tired of paying taxes all the time, so they built up their fleet, so they could actually protect their cargo from them.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because I was saying, my mother, she said to me, everybody on the planet is racist. It's just it comes in levels, innit?
Yeah, definitely.
It comes in levels. Like you can be like subtly racist, yeah, like in a comical way, right? Yeah, but it's nothing too offensive, right? Yeah, and it can be overly racist where you're like burning a cross in somebody's back garden,
or like Louis Farrakhan with the Jews, and it's like that. Do you know what? I never knew. I don't think I knew what like a proper racist was until I saw Louis Farrakhan's Twitter page. And it's just like this guy could wake up, sunny day, birds are singing, and just like, I hate the Jews. And you got no love in your heart for him at any point of the day. Damn.
Was it Little Britain where they have this woman, and then whenever she meets like somebody from a like minority or something like that, she vomits.
Oh my god!
Yeah, have you not seen that?
Wow.
Little Britain. They get away with so much. Oh, it's unbelievable. Like the stuff they have on there. It's like what's the fat guy? What's the fat guy's name?
Oh gosh, I used to know this. I used to follow him last, so it's gone.
Yeah, but he plays like a lot of black characters, right? Yeah, and you'd think that like people will like be writing in like complaining and stuff right there, yeah, but they don't, because he does it really well. He does it really funny.
Yeah, and I think that's the secret. Like, if you're gonna do blackface, make it really funny. Like, if you're gonna do like racist jokes, make them really funny. Like, have you heard the Louis C.K. joke about black people using time machines?
Oh yeah.
Like
can't go there.
Like hilarious, and it's like.
But it's true though. Like if you're a black person, well, I mean,
you could go really far back, but you couldn't go. You couldn't go during the Western slavery of Africans, and you couldn't go even a little bit after that with like the Civil War and like.
But to say about that, right? Yeah, it's probably like if you were like staying in the same country, like, you know, because.
Oh yeah.
You know, like black Americans are different from like British, black British, and the black British are different from like the Dutch British. No, sorry, the black Dutch, and then the black Africans and stuff like that. Yeah, they're all very different, right?
Yeah.
when I was growing up, right, yeah, being in London, multicultural, right, yeah, I didn't really like feel any kind of like racism and stuff, right, there, yeah. It's only when I got internet, right, yeah, where like people started talking about like, oh, if I'm black, if I go to like this country, right, yeah, will I get like treated badly? And it never crossed my mind, but then I realized that all these people that are asking these questions are all like black Americans. They've witnessed racism in America for a long time, right, yeah, so they think the rest of the world is like that. You know, when in fact, right, yeah, when they go to like outside the world, right, and go to different countries, right, yeah, they end up getting treated much better than they do in their own country.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's like, I've been doing it less, but I was out for like a good, for like a lot of last year. I was watching these police interactions, body cam footage
Oh yeah.
of police interactions in America, and it is ridiculous how angry these policemen get so quickly. Just like there's like going to the like black guy going like, all right, turn around, I'm putting you in cuffs. You're not obeying me, or like like what you're doing is like give me this, give me that, and like these black guys, they're getting angry because like it in these body cam situations, like 90% of the time, they haven't committed a crime.
Ah.
And here's the fucked up thing: like, if you're going to be arrested by a policeman in America when you have committed no crime, it's actually recommended that you let yourself be arrested, because like, if you're unlawfully arrested, you're gonna be released without charge, and then at that point you can take legal action. You can like sue the policeman, sue maybe the whole police station or the chief, whatever. But if you resist unlawful arrest, it doesn't matter that the arrest is unlawful. You fought a policeman. Now, now they can do anything. They can tase you. They can shoot you. It's ridiculous.
This is why I don't like. This is like when I think about going on holiday, right? Yeah, America is not on my list. It's like
oh no, if you're a tourist, you're fine. It's so much hassle. It's so much hassle to arrest a foreigner. Like literally, they'll try and ask you who you're staying with, and so they can like kind of like pass on the blame to them. But if you say like, oh, I'm just here by myself, then to let you go. It's so much hassle to arrest a foreigner. They won't. You'll be fine.
I wouldn't go anyways, because it doesn't really interest me. It's like about like getting stopped by the police, right? Yeah. It's like I've been stopped by the police, I think twice, right? Yeah, and one of the times, right? Yeah, like they couldn't be any more nicer. British police, right? Yeah. So I was running to the shop to go get something, yeah, but it was kind of hot, yeah, and I don't know why I had gloves on, right? Yeah. So I'm running, and it's the back of Morrison's car park, right? Yeah, and then there's a van pulls up, police van pulls up right in front of me, stops, right? Yeah, and they all come out, and the guy that comes up to me, a police officer comes up to me, right? Yeah, couldn't be any more nicer. He was like, yeah, we're just stopping you because we see you running. It's a hot day, but you wear gloves. And then like, I looked at my gloves, I was like, okay, I understand. I understand why you're stopping me. And then so I was like, okay, do your check and stuff, right? Yeah. They went to go do like a check, right? Or call it in, right? Yeah. But I guess the other people on the line, right? Yeah, were busy, right? Yeah. So they're like, fuck it, just let him go.
Nice.
Yeah, but like British police to me, right? Yeah. Nowadays, they're okay, but like, I thought like before the 2000s, they're all okay with me. They're okay with me. But I know I've heard of stories of like people having like problems in other parts of UK and whatnot. But to me, they're always all right.
Yeah, I've only had two. Well, technically only one. Oh yeah, I got stopped by the police when I was 16, 17.
Sucking off a guy.
No, I didn't. I wasn't. I didn't start sucking off until my 20s. Yeah, I had a. The thing is, do you know what? When I think about, because I was a cute teen. The amount of gay sex I could have gotten if I come out a bit thinner, it would have been ridiculous. Like I talk to like my gay friends. They will be going from school in their school uniform to like backs of train stations and just like meeting like businessmen like on the way home from work.
Really?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of these guys, they lost their virginity at like 14, 13.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, was it, what,
And they loved it.
well, they took it out the arse, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It
Well,
must be. It must
I
be.
mean,
It must be.
do you know what? I know at least one of them did. I don't know if all of them did. I just assume they all did when they say lost their virginity. But it might not been. Might have been oral.
Yeah. Was it? You can't like kiss a guy and then come back to your friend and say I lost my virginity. And you're like, no.
Yeah. Well,
That's
it's
kissing.
it's one of those. Well, I mean, like So yeah, it's a weird thing, virginity, because if you're gonna say virginity, you can only lose it through penetration. That means that like not no lesbian, but there could be lesbians in the world
They say that they
that have
haven't.
not
Yeah, they know.
because they haven't had because they haven't been penetrated by a penis. So yeah, so you could say that about like no lesbian in the world is.
Not a real penis.
Does it count if it's a fake one? So can you lose your virginity to a fake penis?
Wow.
See, it's like muddy, and that isn't a poo joke. But like I just mean like it's like if you're gonna put the line differently for straight people, when there are some actions where straight people and gay people do the same. Like, but yeah, I know what you mean. Like, it's a bigger deal. Being fucked and fucking is a big. I'm just sorry. Is a bigger. It's a bigger deal to most people. So unless you're someone that actually doesn't like being fucked, then fine. Then it doesn't. You don't count. Then you don't count. But to people who love getting dicked down, like say my mum. Like if my mum had like gone like
I don't think I've ever seen your mum.
oh, she looks like me. She looks like me. But what with bright breasts and like, do you know what? I'm glad you asked that because I'm about to tell like a joke about my mum losing her virginity, and now I'm reconsidering. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother now. It was gonna. I was thinking like I was gonna go pretty far. I was gonna and I'll be painting an image in my head whilst me saying it, and I would never be able to go back.
It's like people that have sex with like Janet Jackson. Do they ever like look at Janet Jackson while they're having sex and just see Michael Jackson? But I digress. I know what that word means.
But I would, but I think that's okay because I think one, Michael Jackson looked quite feminine, and also I think Janet Jackson is a better looking Michael Jackson
because she's got boobs.
No, well, no.
I
mean, well, yeah, of course, the body. But I mean, just from the neck up, she's a better looking Michael Jackson.
Because you know Janet Jackson, right? Yeah. I digress. Because I know what that word. I know what that word means now. Like, because there's a wrestling show that I occasionally watch, right? Yeah. Called AEW Dark, right? Yeah. I hate this company, right? I fucking hate this company. Right? But I watch it for like little things that I actually do like. And the commentator is a guy called Taz, and he always says, "Oh, I digress." And every time he says that, I'm like, "What's this? It sounds so cool, but what does that word mean?" So I googled it, and it means like when you stray away from a conversation. So like, yeah, so I digress. So what's that saying?
We were talking about virginity, losing virginity.
Yeah. Two things, right? Yeah, I'm gonna start a campaign, right? Yeah, to free make women stop using dildos because I think it's abusive to dildos because dildos have feelings too. So I'm gonna start a campaign, right? Yeah, see what kind of traction I get. and two, Janet Jackson, she used to be quite fat when she was younger, innit?
Oh really? I don't know that.
Yeah,
oh, cool.
Yeah. If you watch like her earlier videos, right? Yeah, she was quite plump, innit?
Oh, I see. No, I liked her body then as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So she was plump. She went slim, right? Yeah. And I remember there was a time where she wasn't like doing anything. She wasn't like making the music and stuff. And someone must have took a picture of her on the beach, and she was big. She was really big, and this picture made its rounds, right? Yeah. So everybody was like, "Oh fuck, Janet Jackson got big, right?" Yeah. This must have pissed her off a lot because maybe like 6 months later, right? Yeah, she come up with a new video with Missy Elliott where she had like a slim body.
Wow.
Yeah, and like a toned abs and stuff. And I was like, fuck it out.
Negative reinforcement. It can, I mean, to be fair, actually, I mean, it is a bit easier for rich people to get in shape.
Oh, yeah,
you just hire like a personal trainer.
Oh, I was thinking liposuction.
Oh yeah, that too.
Although I have seen them do liposuction, and it's a bit.
Yeah, I didn't realize how rough it was because I just assumed it was like a gentle. But then you're really getting in there, like getting out. Yeah, I'm surprised it doesn't like leave like stretch marks or something like that, or maybe it does.
Have you seen like HD porn?
Nothing. Maybe, but nothing springs to mind.
I know.
I mean, yeah, mate.
Actually, I don't know any Chinese HD porn.
But no, I watch straight porn too. I watch it all.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually, that's not true. I don't watch very much gay porn anymore.
Oh, it's too boring, right?
It is actually, yeah. It's not it's too boring. It's just like straight porn is so diverse and so better funded than gay porn, and yeah, and also you get like a lot more alternative, you get a lot more alternative stuff with straight porn as well. It's just really diverse. Oh. So yeah, it is like I do make at the moment, but I go through like periods. Like sometimes I'm mostly watching like trans porn, sometimes straight porn, sometimes I'm mostly watching animated porn. So like yeah, I just
like Pikachu fucking Charmander or something.
Do you know what? I haven't seen that in particular, but I feel like I've seen something similar.
Because you know what, like nothing is sacred in the world. You know, you make a cartoon, right? Yeah, someone's gonna make a porno out of it. Like I'm a big fan of Captain Marvel, and then someone sent me some pictures of like Captain Marvel, and it wasn't even like him doing like straight porn.
Sorry, you mean Shazam, right? Because
yeah, no.
As we know, Captain Marvel is
fuck you. Fuck you. I'm so angry right now.
Yeah. Sorry, DC should have been on that, man. They should have been on it, and they.
Okay, yeah. about Captain Marvel.
Marvel who is commonly known as Shazam.
Yeah. Okay. Captain Shazam. Yeah. The picture they showed.
Wait, so you mean Captain Marvel?
Yeah, Captain Marvel Shazam. Because Shazam is a fucking wizard. Okay, let me rephrase it.
Yeah.
DC Captain Marvel. God.
That is right. Captain Marvel does operate out of Washington DC. Yeah, so I don't even know if she does this one.
I'll be walking home, right? You're gonna be punching the wall. I get so offended. I get so. Now I don't get offended. Like it's like. Okay, so.
No, I do get it. I'll tell you why. But anyway, you finish. Yeah, you say your thing.
Okay, so the DC Captain Marvel like hentai porn like they sent me right. Yeah, it wasn't even straight porn right. Yeah, well he was having sex with like Captain Marvel Jr. Was it, Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman. Oh, I forget what his name is. Oh yeah, so he's having gay sex, right? Yeah, and stuff like that. Yeah, and I was a little bit pissed. I was like, why does it have to be like gay? Why'd you do that, right? He could have been having sex with like another woman or something like that. Yeah, like the
Wonder Woman or yeah. Maybe not Wonder Woman. Yeah.
But then they sent me Marvel. Captain Marvel, right? Yeah, and then she was having sex with Thor, right? Yeah, and then she's having sex with Thor, and then she gets Mjolnir. Is it Mjolnir?
Mjolnir, yeah.
Yeah. And then
she gets the hammer, yeah.
Yeah, she gets the hammer, right? Yeah, and she sticks it in his ass.
What end?
Oh, the
handle.
The handle.
Oh,
she sticks the handle in his ass. And fights him.
Oh, cool. See, you find that funny. I think that's quite hot.
Why?
But no.
Why do people do this?
I think it's okay to get angry at things when they're done in a way you don't like or agree with. So I recently started watching and then stopped watching this anime called Shimonita. So
Yeah.
it's set in this world where all types of sexual language, imagery, and crudeness has been banned. It's against the law. You're going to be like arrested for it, and you have special police who basically censor all the language. So like,
Sounds like the Vatican.
yeah, you can't. But if it's all so you can't make any like
Innuendos.
you can't make innuendos.
Oh.
You can't look at porn. Like the opening scene is like a SWAT team smashing in through these windows to like take down a bunch of teenagers like looking at like porn magazines.
Is there?
Yeah, and like the whole show was like full of like dirty jokes, and the main character is like a vigilante. She disguises her face by like going around like a panty over her face. And she can never be caught by the police because her garments are so loose fitting that if she was ever grabbed, she'd be naked. So that would be a display, which also would be against the law. So all the basically it's like a sex joke like every like minute in the show. It's ridiculous. It's like the porn version of like Airplane, something like that. The way that just like knock it, like any reasons to like make a joke, and they even pay them themselves. Where like they'll sometimes make a joke, and it's like they don't even make any sense of the story. It's like, yeah, but I'm not gonna not make a joke just because it doesn't make sense to the plot. And so I watched that hilarious episode 1. Episode 2 is censored, so all the images in the show, and bearing in mind they're not pornographic, they're just like suggestive, like a woman holding an aubergine, that is pixelated out. Every time they make a dirty joke, it's beeped out, and every time they make a gesture like the wanking gesture or the fisting gesture, they pixelate the hand. I'm just like, how the fuck can you censor a show about sex? No, not even about that. About it living in a world where sex is censored. That you've just parodied. You made a parody. I got so angry. Because I'd never seen it. It's so ridiculous to me. Like, can you imagine if like Sex and the City, they censored. It's like, so what are you doing?
What's the point?
Oh,
Wait a minute.
I got so angry. And
was it censored by like the Japanese?
Yeah, it was censored by the Japanese. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes
not by the
sense.
show. Yeah. But yeah, I could not find an uncensored version of episode 2. So I was like, why am I watching anymore then? Fuck. I mean, but yeah, it was one of those things where like I was just sad. It was just a sadness, and I thought like, oh well, that's the way it goes. But then like once I talked about it again with a friend, because I got a friend that watches it, I just got actually it's all bubble up. Like, no, it's not sadness, it's anger. I just like this shouldn't exist.
Do you do that for the?
I'm so hot right now just talking about it.
Do you do that thing right here where like you're talking about something right here, and then you have to like pause for a minute to like bottle your anger. You're like biting your fist.
Yeah, it's more that like I'll get so angry that I'll have like at one point I'll just have like 100 things to say about why I hate this thing, and I can't choose which one to say, and I'll go silent, which is probably the best. So but yeah, like God no, there's no button fist. I'm gonna lay it all out, all the anger out.
Because that Japanese porno, right? Yeah, they're all censoring out everything. But I remember I bought.
That's the thing though, they don't all do it. Like they're actually Studio Faux, and because I watch like I think I've seen a lot of their 3D animated porn.
Oh, yeah?
And it's never censored.
Because I remember like I bought like a Japanese mag, for my friend for when I come back from like from holiday. Yeah, that I give it to him, and it had been sealed for a long time. But like I didn't meet this friend after like came back from holiday, so like it was in my room for like quite a long time. So I decided to open it, and I realized when I opened it, right, none of it was censored. It was
Oh.
like, yeah, it was like, oh, so you don't censor like the magazines and stuff, right? Yeah, but you censor the movies. And it's like, what's the point? You know?
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, and then I realized as well, right? Yeah, it's like, I think in these magazines, right? Yeah, the girls that you're seeing, right? Yeah, are actual escorts that you can actually call up.
Holy
Really?
shit! Wow.
Yeah, I'm not too sure because I don't speak Japanese, right? Yeah, but like there was like a loads of telephone numbers and stuff, and I was assuming that like these girls, because they didn't look like fucking high class supermodels and stuff like that. Yeah, they look like normal kind of like
Yeah, it's like amateur porn.
yeah.
That type
So
of
I was
thing.
thinking like maybe these girls are actually like girls that you can actually like ring up and then like meet and stuff. I don't watch Japanese porn anyways. I prefer to watch interracial porn, but even that gets really boring. I saw this. So there's I saw this one porno, right? Yeah. This girl, she's walking around in the hotel, right? Yeah, and then she's like probably on the phone to her boyfriend, right? Yeah, telling.
I can't wait to make video for this, but yeah, continue.
So like, so she's walking around, right? Yeah, talk to her boyfriend, saying, "Oh, I'm gonna like find me some like men to like have sex and stuff, right? Yeah." So she's in this hotel, right? Yeah, it's late night, right? Yeah. She goes outside to like the pool area, right? Yeah, and she finds like two black guys, right? Yeah, in the pool, right? Yeah, naked, and she's like, "Oh, what are you like? Why don't you come with me and we can have some fun, right? Yeah." I read on the comment, right? Yeah, I was like, "What are two black guys?"
But yeah, I can give you the rope that I haven't used.
Oh, I got rope.
just to catch you up, we're talking about shibari and rope bondage. That's it. You're here with us now, live, not live really, I said live, on a Big Small Talk podcast, where today's subject is tying people up without their consent. No, no, always get consent. Obviously, always. Yeah.
I have. Have you have you seen like those BDSM videos where it's like the black girls are getting like whipped and stuff?
No, only because I'm not into that side of BDSM. I just watch the stuff with like when we're in stocks mostly, and yeah, and if I'm watching stuff like whipping, I prefer to watch women being dominant over men,
Oh,
or over other women.
Could you like that?
Oh, I don't like being whipped.
No, because you like being whipped.
See, being spanked and flogged is a weird thing. Not many people enjoy it or have the patience for it. So I've had it done to me several times. I've only really enjoyed it one time, and I pissed off the person that did it to me as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because I was being a bit of like
Smart ass.
that. No, I was being a bit of a slut, and like so being very flirty with her, whilst being whipped or spanked more. But then like as soon as she was done, I like was just go back, like just like flirting with everyone else. And unsurprisingly, we did not exchange contact details. Yeah, but also there's a whole thing of like being black is not as attractive to people that enjoy spanking. Not because of racism, literally because it's nice that you if you're the paler your skin is, the more you can see the impact you're having, and it's like you're getting your achievements are getting like bigger and bigger as you go on. But with but the darker skin, the more difficult it is to tell. Yeah.
Is it Bruce or was it like that?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. I mean, it's not imperceptible, but it's not as visually spectacular as it would be on pale white skin.
Because
so there's that as well. Yeah.
Because on if you go like searching for porno, right? Yeah, you always get like end up in like weird places and stuff like that. Yeah, just by searching and whatnot.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Yeah, sure, guy.
no, it's kind of like YouTube, right? Yeah, YouTube. If I type in Brazilian on YouTube, right? Yeah, I just get like videos of these women getting like Brazilian waxes. Do you know that?
Oh no, I don't know. Yeah. I didn't know.
Next time you go to YouTube, type in Brazilian, right? Yeah, and then you get like a lot of women, right? You get a lot of women like having like their vaginas waxed.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what you get. So I was watching these. So I was just like watching this clip of these girls, these black girls getting like whipped and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I'm thinking to myself, you fought the slave trade to like get away from that stuff, and now you're going back.
Yeah.
To it.
But that's the thing as well, because like
You lucky. She must be watching like all those like Roots and stuff like that, right? Yeah, watching all these people get whipped, and she's like, "You lucky bastard! You must whip the sun shines right."
but now she's probably the master. There's a weird power
yeah.
dynamic that you
Yeah.
can get between submissives and dominants. So
Yeah.
what it not I don't
It's
know what it's
actually
supposed to be, but what you would expect is that the submissive person does whatever the dominant person wants.
No, it's not.
And there's a safe way to get out of it. But what really happens, what happens a lot of the time is the sub is very specific about how they want to be. So in effect, even though they're in a position of submission, they're actually the one in dominance.
Yeah.
And the one who's actually doing the whipping, even though they're in a position of dominance, they're only doing what they're allowed
to do. Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
It sounds weird to say it that way, because obviously there's got to be consent. But like, for example, like with things like humiliation,
Mm-hmm.
like that would be more of the I'm trying to think of the right word, but I mean I guess that would be more like of the traditional definition of submissive and dominance, because like there's no way a submissive will get any pleasure out of humiliation other than the pleasure that she's pleasing the dominant, whereas like with whipping and spanking there actually is that pain pleasure connect that like a lot of them get. So
Yeah.
and bearing in mind that the one doing the spanking is feeling nothing, so all they have to rely on is the satisfaction that either they're inflicting pain or that they're pleasing them so much. So
It's a fact of thing.
it's complex. As long as you got compatibility, that's the main thing. Then you're fine.
Yeah, because like when I think about like people that are dumb and stuff like that, yeah, it's like they're dumb, but like really, like you said before, it's the submissive that allows them to be that way. You know, like if you don't have the consent of the submissive, and the submissive isn't like allowing you to do it, it literally is just rape.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So yeah, that's why. So I was thinking about like when I asked you about like your mannequin and stuff like that, right? Yeah, cause I take it because yeah, you know I use it.
No. Like, everything in that bag is for charity. So have a look through. There might be other stuff in there you want.
What's like a big giant fucking dildo?
It is a really not really. It's not really, but it's an amateurish poster of the history of the world. I think it's like A3 size.
Oh no, I don't want.
Wait, no, so it'll be A1. You got bigger to go backwards. Yeah.
I don't want posters and stuff.
Yeah, no one should want that poster. I mean, I wouldn't even put that in the classroom, to be honest. I hope someone can find something. Yeah, maybe someone can draw on the back of it or something. But yeah, it is not. I think I got it because I wanted something smart on my wall, and then I opened it. It's like this is so shit. Yeah. Literally, it's been out of that tube like twice. Like once when I initially got it, hated it, and then like a second time recently. It's like, no, is it really that bad? That it really is that bloody bad? Yeah.
I think the only stuff that I ever had on my wall right here was like a pictures of like wrestlers and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but then when I was younger, I was like, wait a minute, this made me gay.
No.
Because when you think about it, right? Yeah, it's
No.
it's like guys in speedos and stuff like that, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
all oiled up, and I'm looking at him like, yeah, I better take this down.
I don't think anyone. I mean, I don't.
I'm gonna put you in the sharpshooter.
When I think of gay icons, I don't think of like Rowdy Roddy Piper. So
Yeah, but,
I think of like, I don't know, who'd be a sport. I don't know, but they're like, yeah, it's weird. Like there are attractive wrestlers,
Oh yeah,
but I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I would never think of a wrestler in that way.
but that's because I think like it's a certain thing, right? Because our Jim Cornette was telling a story about this letter that one of the wrestlers got. And then he was reading the letter, and it was something along the lines of like, I like the way you wrestle, blah blah, this and that. Yeah, I wish you two can come over, right? Yeah, and tie me up and whip me and stuff like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's like, really into it, right? Yeah. And then when they turn it over and read the end, it's like love, something like love, John. even like some yeah, because I think there's like a lot of. Maybe it's not for you, but
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of guys that like fantasize about wrestlers.
Do you know what? There actually is a wrestling fetish. I got into a mini argument with someone on a gay dating site because he wanted to explore a wrestling fetish with me, and I was like, "Well, I'm not into that." I was like, "Well, it says in your profile into that." So no, it says I'm into wrestling under sports, not into wrestling under fetishes. It's not
Yeah, actually, like, I think
not
like,
the same thing.
I think there's a wrestler called Evil Uno who I quite like, yeah. And he was talking about something about like when he was younger, guys would like get other young starting wrestling kids, you know, like around like 16 or whatever, to come like wrestle in front of them, and it was like it went from like being, oh, you just want to see us wrestle, right? Yeah. To maybe like the guy was like getting off on like seeing young kids like wrestle each other, which is fucking weird. I don't like that. I don't like that. But yeah, I know like there's guys that really fantasize about female wrestlers. Yeah, yeah. But I assume that there's a good amount that fantasize about like male wrestlers as well.
Yeah.
And then when I watch like wrestlers do like certain moves, they're like, oh.
Do you know what? Yeah. You know what? You're right. I think you are gay having all those posters. No, but what I really mean is like, yeah, you're right. Like, just because I don't find wrestlers sexy, just because I don't find Rowdy Roddy Piper sexy, doesn't mean millions of other people don't. They probably, I think if it was a contest between me and Rowdy Roddy Piper, who do more people find sexy, he would win by a fucking landslide. So
actually, I didn't find wrestlers sexy.
Oh yeah, I know you don't. Yeah,
but like I did like find certain wrestlers to be fucking very scary.
Yeah? Oh, like who?
Yeah, like so do you know the wrestler Sting? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. He used to have like a feud with the wrestler called Big Van Vader. Yeah.
Yeah, I sort of remember him.
Yeah. So when I was younger and I used to see like Big Van Vader, he just struck me as the type of guy that is like you don't want to mess with. So when Sting used
Did he wear a leather jacket of Vin Van Vader? Was he fat?
Yeah, he was fat. He had like
I think I remember him.
Yeah, he had this kind of like really cool helmet, right? Yeah, I thought it was a helmet of an elephant, but my brother pointed out to me it's like an anteater.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he'd have a feud with Sting, and I just remember at the times when he's having this feud, right? Yeah, I was like, this guy Sting's gonna die. He's not gonna make it, you know. Like I really fear for his life. Yeah, so like I used to be very scared of like certain wrestlers, but when I was younger. But nowadays, like it's changed to the point where you're like, even if you're like a big muscular guy, you're not really that intimidating. Because you know in Japan, Japan, I think like before the 2000s and stuff. I think maybe like before the 80s as well, right? Yeah, the wrestlers will come through the crowd and then just beat up people.
What?
Yeah, they used to come through the crowd, right, yeah, and beat up people, right, yeah, as they're making their way to the arena. And the Japanese people, right, yeah, they loved it. They loved it. So, like, so that was to show, like, that you couldn't, like, fuck with these people, right, yeah? They used to just, like, run down the crowd, beat up people. Marty Jannetty tells a funny story where it's like, he used to, when he went to Japan, he saw all these, like, great wrestlers, right, yeah, going through the crowd, right, yeah, beating up people. So he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Yeah. So so when he gets a chance, right? Yeah, he starts walking down the crowd, right? Yeah, and he tries to pull a chair from a fan, but the fan pulls it back. so he's struggling with this fan, and then after a while, he's like, oh fuck it, I just go through the ramp way. Yeah. Because nowadays the wrestlers, they're kind of like. They're tough guys in real life, but on stage, they kind of seem like you can mess with them.
Yeah, I mean, is it still as hardcore as it used to be? They're still like putting little like cuts in their foreheads and things like that.
They try to like minimize that because it had changed over the time where it's trying to be like PG friendly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like only like a certain times where you get matches that are like there's loads of blood and stuff like that, but it has to be like authorized by the network.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's kind of wrestling today is kind of it's it's like trying to watch your sister park a car. You're like, I love you to bits, but you're killing me. Yeah, so yeah, but we don't have to talk about wrestling, but like that's
No. I mean, I don't watch wrestling anymore, but I remember when
no missing nothing, man.
Cactus Jack had that feud with Triple H. I was glued to my screen. I was like, at one time there was like a highlights clip of like of the, it's not even a full fight. There's a highlights thing. I must have rewatched that thing like it felt like 100 times. I mean, realistically, it would have probably like 20, 30 times. But I was rewatching this like this highlight reel just over and over again. I was amazed. And like going back to Blood, I was never amazed by Blood, except when it was like Cactus Jack. Because it wasn't just that like he didn't mind getting hurt. It was like the way he reacted. There's one famous fight where he accidentally gets falls into barbed wire. It's like a barbed wire ring, and the barbed wire goes like right through his bottom lip. And the camera pulls in, his whole bottom lip is like red with blood, and he's smiling. He's almost he's trying to hold back a laugh. I was like, oh my god, you want to call this fucking Nick Foley? Cool. He was like that guy is like my hero, and
because I remember him in WCW, right? Yeah, and then I see him like when he went to the WWF. But there was always something about him that like was so special. Like he was like he was destined to be a wrestler.
Yeah. And he the guy looks out of shape, but then you see him move, and like he's like the spry side. I think like, but he's like. Yeah, he's just got so much energy. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Do you know what a sunset flip is?
Not by name, no.
So a sunset flip is like where you're standing on the top rope, and then you jump over your opponent to like pull him down into a pinning combination, right?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So you start like that and you end up like that. Is that right?
Yeah. For the view.
Oh yeah. So for those, you
can put this in a video, anyways.
Yeah, I'll put my hands in the video. Yeah, me gesticulating, almost like snapping my own wrist. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Or when you say sunset flip, you just show the drink a sunset flip. I don't even think there's a drink called sunset flip. But anyway, yeah. So there was one time.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure it tastes. Like a bit like the sunshine. And a little bit like sand, and a little bit like semen, because that's how I make my drinks.
When I go to the bar, I say, "Could I have sex on the beach?" He goes, "Would you like that a tall glass or a small glass?" I'm like, what?
No, I mean, let's go to the beach
and have sex. So sunset flip, right? Yeah, it's like a pinning combination done from the top rope to like. he done a sunset flip, right? Yeah, but he didn't do it on the apron, right? Yeah, he did it on fucking concrete, and I just remember watching it, and I was like, "Fuck it, this guy." Yeah. So imagine like on the top rope, right? Yeah, and then going over and then landing on
but
concrete.
you got knee pads on. Okay, that is, but still, that's so risky.
It's on your back. It's on your back, you know.
Oh what? Oh shit.
Yeah. So it's like you're doing.
No, but what part of your body hits first though? Like the feet or the back?
It's not even the feet. The part that hits first, right, is his fucking back.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, and I remember watching that, and I was like, "Fuck, this guy."
I mean, they've got muscular backs. I mean, if they land just right on the top of their back, a muscular person would be fine.
Yeah, but I mean, even.
But
like,
anywhere, even then, like, if they land on their butt on you, like, hit the what's the butt bone called? Tailbone.
The tailbone connected to the big bone.
Yeah. I know so little about like bodies. I had an allergic reaction recently, and all these bumps, they're hives.
Oh, is it?
Because I found that last week that I'm allergic to aspirin.
Is it?
Yeah. People with asthma are higher, 30% more likely to have an allergic reaction to aspirin than most people. So yeah.
So like, if you're having like a spasm and stuff, right? Yeah, I shouldn't like feed you aspirin.
No. I mean, I didn't. This doesn't itch or anything. It's just all bumpy. That's all. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's the thing as well.
It's such a prick.
Like,
I'm gonna put like loads of aspirin in your drink.
Oh, and actually, I had a blood test the other day.
If I give him like loads of aspirin, right? Yeah, will he like turn out like that Pokemon coffee?
Do you know what? Aspirin is bloody evil. I had a blood test the other day, like a finger pricked my finger.
Oh yeah.
And the blood was just like pouring out really easily, and I was like, that's a bit weird. This has never happened before.
Oh.
And I googled that as well. I was like, if you take aspirin, your blood can stay thin for 5 to 7 days after you take it.
Really?
Yeah, I can't believe it. I was like, it's so weird. Like, so I got like thin blood for like a week after I took it, and hives for, well, I don't know how long this is gonna last. It might be here for like a year, but
because you know what? When I go take my when I go like get tested, right? Yeah, for like STDs and stuff like that. Yeah, like I have a hard time, right? Yeah, of like the first time I did it.
Yeah.
I managed to get like blood out of my finger. Yeah,
I go through like 3 fingers, man. It just to fill up a little thing. Yeah,
yeah. But the first time I did it, right? Yeah, it was fine, right? Yeah. After a while, right? Yeah, it was like, do I not have blood?
Yeah, no, because that's what your blood's supposed to do. It's meant to clot really quickly. But yeah, that's normal. That's a healthy body does.
Oh, so I should take aspirin, right? Yeah, and then take my test.
I mean, I'm not gonna do it again. That was just a nice. But no. What I usually do is like, I exercise first to get my heart pumping, and then I prick 3 fingers. And I've got like extra. Yeah.
Oh, that's 3 fingers is a lot.
3 fingers is a lot.
Yeah.
And occasionally I'll get pain in the finger, like very mild. Where I pricked it like sometimes like a month after. So it's weird. Like I think sometimes I'm like hitting like a nerve or something. It's really weird.
Oh, is it? Oh,
but it's really weird. Like I did this one like on Sunday, and like so what is today? It's Wednesday today.
Wednesday,
yeah, so 3 days ago, and feels fine. To put pressure on it, I've been playing video games, absolutely fine, and because that is like my main thing. I'm like when I'm pricking my fingers, like going like, oh, I don't get any fingers that like tap shoulder buttons. No, because I've had it before. I've done it before where I've played a game and like the controls all sticky. So I didn't feel it like opening up again. Oh crap! I thought I was on silent. Silly me. Boom.
So what was that saying?
Wrestlers.
Oh yeah. So like I used to watch like a lot of WCW, of course, because I was a big fan of it. But then
me too. You got me into it.
Did I?
You did, definitely. I watched it a bit, but then after we met and we talked about wrestling more, and we played that really sick game, which I think maybe on N64.
Was it a
You
WCW
were really
Revenge?
good at it.
Oh, was it a wrestling game? Yeah,
it was a wrestling game.
Yeah, WCW.
Yeah, and you got me really, really into it. Like I don't know, like because before I wouldn't really mind if I missed an episode, but then after meeting you, I was making sure I was watching like everyone. Like,
I didn't know that because I think that was like probably at the peak, when things were good.
That was my way to seem cool to you. So like I wouldn't come to you, but as soon as you mentioned it, I'd like know some stuff, and I'm like, going, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
But you got me into like Final Fantasy 7. I remember it was you that got me into Final Fantasy 7, and then like I remember like because you had done everything right, yeah. So I was playing the game right, yeah, and then to this day it's like my one of my all-time favorite games. Like I love it to bits. Like and I'm really gutted that like I scratched up the CD a little bit, because even though like I've done like nearly everything, it's just a story in itself. It's like so good. Do you know?
Get the remake. Well, actually,
Nah,
don't get the remake yet, because do you know about the remake?
Yeah, I heard about it.
So it's been released in bits. So if you buy the remake now, that's not the entire game. It's just like one part. Exactly. I know. Don't get me wrong. I know. Now it's an action RPG, so I guess it needs more space. But that still annoyed me. Like literally, if they released it for like £100 or something like that, I go. Well, no. So if they released it for like say £200, I thought like okay, no, because it's a new game. So if you think like, yeah, if you think like a regular action RPG, because like to turn the Final Fantasy 7 into an action RPG, that's like 4 normal action RPGs, like the space of the world is what I mean.
Oh, is it?
So yeah, so if they released it at like £200, like I'm gonna wait for it to go down, but I understand that price. But I'm gonna get the whole game. But just to release, because that's what people are gonna be spending anyway. Because the game out brand new is like 55.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So I don't know how many installments they're gonna be releasing. I mean, it's probably down to like 35 now.
Yeah,
I mean that's how much Final Fantasy 7 was back in our day when it came out. It was
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was $49.99 when it first came out. It was expensive.
I got the Final Fantasy Platinum.
Oh, Platinum. Oh yeah, Platinum. Yeah, that was like 20 quid or something. Yeah.
£20 for like a game and stuff like that. Like that's what nowadays, right? Yeah, I'm happy to like still have like my PS2, because I can go to like the computer game shop and then get games for like cheap. You know, like and the thing about like some games, right? Yeah, is that even though they're old, right? Yeah, they still got that kind of good feel to it. Like you can enjoy it over and over again.
I think there are many old games that play better than new games. I mean, like even when I'm playing games on my Switch, I'm mostly buying indie games that were released on like the PS2, PS3, like what. I mean, part of that is because of the technical limitations of the Switch, but also because like there are just like some games that just haven't. There are no new versions of it. Like there's I've heard the game Mark of the Ninja.
I've heard of it, but I don't think I've
played it. You know the game Power Stone?
No.
Damn it. Okay. Well, anyway. Okay. You tell me a really good game, but there's like no equivalent in today's.
You're gonna laugh at me.
I just said Power Stone, and
yeah, but I didn't laugh at you. I was laughing at myself because I didn't know the game.
No. But I just said Power Stone. Like that Power Stone is not regarded as the one of the best beat 'em ups in the world, or even one of the best party beat 'em ups in the world. Like for most people, like Smash Brothers holds that crown. But like for me, it's Power Stone. Okay, how about Panzer Dragoon?
Yeah, I know Panzer Dragoon. Yeah,
Panzer Dragoon. There is no modern equivalent to that game, and if anybody is about to say Panzer Dragoon Saga for the Sega Saturn or Panzer Dragoon Auto for the Xbox, go fuck yourself. And here's why: Panzer Dragoon Saga has turn-based combat, and Auto has way too much dialogue from these like these annoying like teen sounding people. They ruined the theme, the somber nature of the original games like Panzer Dragoon and Panzer Dragoon Zero, and like just like those games are so old and so good, and that's another thing as well. Being an on-rails shooter is such like a dirty way. It's like, oh, it's on rails. Yeah, it was on fucking rails. So what? It was a good. The game was good. It was fun. That's what's important. Not the mechanics. Is it fun or is it not fun? That is it. That's all I care about. Is it cool or is it uncool? Like that's all I care about. And like Panzer Dragoon, and even more the second one, Panzer Dragoon Zero, just is all the way. Just so much fun. So much. Like the thing is, that game is short. You can get through it in like 30 minutes, 45 minutes.
Oh, is
I've
it?
replayed that. Yeah, if you once you know what you're doing, you get through. You start to finish very quickly. Like maybe an hour
Oh.
to get all the way through. And like
Oh.
I've replayed that so many times. Like I've put more hours into that game than I put into like maybe like some RPGs.
I
I just replayed it so many times. Yeah.
don't play because there's a game that like I introduced.
You've seen
to
it. You've seen the intro though to Panzer Dragoon though.
I never played a Panzer Dragoon.
Oh yeah, but you've seen the intro though, haven't you?
No, I'll go watch it on Google. I'll go
No,
watch it on
I
YouTube.
I'm sure with no. I'm sure with. Okay, I think when you see the intro, you'll remember because I remember.
it's a
I remember
dragon,
talking
innit?
about it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's you're a guy on a dragon. You've got a laser gun. The dragon has like laser breath that like can lock onto things.
Oh yeah. Because I remember the game. Because I remember it was really big as well. Like people like really loved it and stuff. But at that time, right? Yeah, there was also like other games that like people were like raving about. Because I think like when PS2 came out, right? Yeah, you had so many good games. Like you think like Resident Evil. You had Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
You had the Final Fantasy 7. What else did you have? You had like Tekken. You had like fucking Soul Blade. That's a game.
Holy shit, Soul Blade, man.
Soul Blade,
Wow.
right? Yeah, Soul Blade. I never played like all the other like Soul Calibers and stuff like that. Yeah, but Soul Blade, right? Yeah, as a game, it impressed me a lot because of the quest mode.
Yeah, when you get all different swords. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that took the game from being like fucking like just a normal game, right? Yeah, into like something even more fabulous, right? Yeah, and I love the game. If I could, I'll get me like another copy, like a better copy to play it. The games that I like the most, yeah. There's a game called Andretti Racing. Yeah, is on the PS1. Or is it PS2? Yeah. The thing about this game. It's like it's really well designed. You can finish the game pretty easy, right? Yeah, but it's really well put together. But the thing that I like about this game, right? Yeah, is like it's so easy to like lose first position. Like you can be in first, right? Yeah, and then if you fuck up on one corner, that is it. and that's why I love the game because it's so competitive. Mercs, Streets of Rage.
Which one? First one?
The first one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it was like my first one, so that it was like.
But you like the first Rage more than the second one?
The second one is Final Fight, yeah.
No, Final Fight's Capcom. Streets of Rage is I don't know what company makes Streets of Rage actually.
Because I remember Streets of Rage one is the one with Alex and
Axel.
Is it Axel? Oh,
Yeah, Axel, Adam, and Blaze.
Yeah, and then you have a cop car that comes to like help you like.
When you get a special.
Yeah, Streets of Rage. Yeah, because I love that game because there's a part where you end up meeting the boss. I think I was talking to my friend about this, like where you meet the boss.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, you meet the boss at the end, and the boss is like, "You can either join me, right? Yeah, or fight me."
Yeah.
And then like if you join him, right? Yeah, and then you beat up your partner, he throws you back to like maybe like 3 or 4 levels back, and you have to do the whole game again by yourself.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, you cunt, you bastard!" That was such a genius thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, oh, cut.
So you get free endings from that. So
Oh, is there?
if you're on 2-player,
Oh, yeah.
you can either refuse the offer and kill Mr. X,
Yeah.
defeat Mr. X to save the city,
Uh-huh.
or you can both agree to join him, and he'll send you back to level 5, or one of you can agree, and one of you can disagree.
Oh, that's if you're doing 2-player though.
Yeah, 2-player, and you can get the So when all these 3 endings I'm talking about, they're all on 2-player, but some of them are accessible on 1-player. So yeah, and if one of you agrees and one of you disagrees, and the one who agrees to join him wins the fight, and then defeats Mr. X, you become the next Mr. X.
Yeah,
and you basically
because-
ends with you sitting on a chair, like doing like an evil laugh.
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
such a Do you know what the ending? The Streets of Rage 1 ending options were very, very cool, and that is one thing I wish they kept in 2. But like giving them superpowers in 2 instead of like using the cop car was such a nice move. And also
Oh.
the music was a lot better as well. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I need to get like 2 and stuff. I'm a retro gamer, man. Did you ever play like Virtual Fighter?
I did, but then I played Tekken, and I was done with Virtua Fighter.
Yeah.
Because like, to me, Tekken
Fuck yeah.
is like yeah, Tekken is like
There was more packed into Tekken.
So Tekken is just more polished. Like, so what I liked about what's great about Virtua Fighter is a very polished technical fighting game, but I found it a bit boring. And
Yeah.
but if you didn't want more excitement and you didn't want to stay on Saturn, you could also play like Fighting Vipers, which was a really cool fighting game, but it felt a bit like gimmicky. But Tekken had like the best of both. Had the best of Fighting Vipers and the best of like Virtual Fighter. So I just once I played Tekken 3, that was it. I was like Tekken for life. Yeah.
Because Virtual Fighter, right? Yeah, like when I was playing it, right? Yeah, I think it was a Virtual Fighter 2. Was I playing or something like that? Yeah. I just thought to myself, you know what? This game is such a shame that there's no endings for the characters, and it doesn't have that much.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and it doesn't have that much hidden characters that you can get, because if it had those 2 things, right? Yeah, this game would be like fucking amazing and stuff. But it didn't have like. I was really upset that like when you like clocked it, yeah, you didn't have like a proper ending. It just says, oh, you're a winner and stuff. And I was like, fuck. Like you done all that right, yeah. And you didn't have like a nice like little ending story at the end. So,
yeah, because like back then, like they were just thinking of the arcade market.
Yeah,
So, and
I think they
like,
fucked up there. They should have like expanded a little. That's why Tekken done so well, because Tekken had like great endings.
Yeah, great intros as well. Yeah, very exciting. Yeah.
Which is your favorite Tekken intro?
Oh well, I've only seen like 1 to 4,
Oh, okay.
so yeah, haven't seen any of the new ones.
Yeah, I don't get them. It was either 2 or 3. I think I'll take 2.
Yeah, because it opens with Heihachi throwing Kizua off the mountaintop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, and then although 3 is like 3 is iconic.
Yeah.
Maybe I pick 3.
Yeah, Free's iconic. It's just like.
I think
Like,
it's because
oh, let's look at this character doing cool stuff. Whereas like Tekken 2 is like this is like just like demons, family betrayal. It's just like it's really like setting up like a so you go like ooh like Tekken's like ooh an explosion I'm cheeky. Oh, look at me, I'm practicing kung fu with my panda. What?
Oh yeah. Do you know Paul in like Tekken, right? Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You know Paul in Tekken. In Tekken 3, right? Yeah, and in Tekken 2, right? Yeah. Paul seemed like one of like the baddest characters that you can get, right? Yeah, in the series. But it's like recently, I think they made him into like a joke.
Yeah, he's kind of like how Dan is in Street Fighter. He's kind of like the.
That's bad because Paul was a badass
But to
in
be
Tekken
fair,
3.
he's still a badass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, the guy's all power moves. Like I would not like. Yeah, I mean, I know. And to be fair, like I don't see him because I've been watching Evo in recent years. I don't see many people using him, but that might just be because so many people know how to fight against him. I don't know if you saw one of the last Evos, but the guy who won the tournament, he won with Panda.
Is
Yeah, and like it was a brilliant like fight because this guy been using like serious characters all the way through, but then like for the very last fight, he was one guy went as Panda and the other guy went as like Devil Jin, and all the comments like, what is he doing? Devil Jin is going to destroy him.
Really?
But basically, what the guy did with Panda was he just like did basic attacks and kept him at arm's bay, because basically the mood just shifted from the commentators as the match went on, and they're like going like, I didn't think about it, but yeah, that bear character has a really good reach, and his basic attacks are really strong. And like literally, it started off being like, oh my god, Panda's gonna lose to they're gonna have to nerf this Panda character. He's too powerful.
That's fucking dope.
And the thing is, like, it's technically a boring match because it's just doing like basic attacks, but it was really cool because like he's basically made a game changer in the way people are gonna play that game from there. Everyone was like, well, Panda won the championship, so you can't say that like that's a joke character now because
This guy that picked Panda, right? Yeah, he must have been playing Tekken for like.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, all these guys. I mean, the champions are always like East Asian, like Korean or Japanese. But I think South Korea usually does quite well. Anyway, they're always East Asian, so they always look very young. But still, I think all these guys are like 18, early 20s. Yeah, they're very young, but they're just like arcade. Just born in the arcade.
Yeah,
It's like
because you know when if you go to like an arcade in the UK and stuff, right? Yeah, you just see people playing arcade. It's fun, right? Yeah. When I was in, if you go to arcade in Japan, right? Yeah, you see like fucking young guys, right? Yeah, waiting behind like arcade machines, right? Yeah, just to like play them and stuff. Like it's like a ritual to them and stuff. Like they dedicate themselves to like this one specific game. So I'm not surprised, fucking hell, that he like managed to like do really well with like Panda. Fuck hell.
Yeah.
And is the Panda the same as like the other one, the bear?
Yeah, same character. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Did they have, like,
I mean, sorry, not same character, but same move set.
Same move.
So it's just like a different like skin, different costume, basically.
Because I remember like when I was playing Tekken 3, I'd pick Eddie, of course, because there's button bashing Eddie in it. You just button bash with him, and I think that was it. Eddie and King, maybe. That's about it.
Yeah, I really wish I'd gotten good with King. I just didn't have the patience to like learn him. And like people like Heihachi and Jin, they just had like simple, flashy, effective combos.
Was there the guy Huang? Is it Huang?
Oh, Horang.
Yeah, Horang. Horang was good.
Yeah.
Because in Tekken 2, there was his teacher, is it Byack?
Byack, yeah.
Byack was good. Because I beat the shit out of everybody with that guy. That's what I remember. Alright, so like back in the day, like, because I'm a retro gamer, most games, like, I don't have the money for it, so I don't play it. The game that I play now is FIFA 09, which is still PlayStation 2. Everything else, I'm just going backwards. I'm just buying like loads of old games. I prefer it. Yeah, I just need to get myself an analog TV because I think it's better if you play it on an analog TV.
Yeah, but also and a lot of them don't have the ports. Like, I used a SCART lead for the PlayStation. Like, I don't think there were even are SCART ports in the back of like newer TVs.
Oh no, but you can get like a converter.
Oh, good.
Oh, not a converter. I mean, like, you can get like, because the PlayStation 2, I think you can get one that's got like HDMI input.
Really?
Yeah, because I got one that's got like a HDMI input. But the thing is like, that PlayStation 2, I think it was more like designed for like analog TV.
Wait, you talking about the first PlayStation 2 or the mini one that they bought right afterwards?
The first PlayStation.
So first PlayStation.
Yeah, the black one.
They're both black. Just one's what is it?
Oh, is it? I thought the other one was white.
No, just one. You one flips, the top flips up, and the original one you put the disc in.
Oh, yeah.
So
the original one, the thing comes out and then you put the disc.
Yeah. So that's the one you got.
Yeah, that's the one I got. Yeah, I think I prefer it as well. Like, because I remember when I was playing the PlayStation games that I had like a ball. I used to if I had nothing else to do, I can spend all day playing PlayStation 2. Although I do admit this, the scariest game I ever played was on Sega Saturn, and it was Aliens.
I might have had it.
Yeah.
How's it?
It's like a shoot 'em up.
Yeah, I think I've got it. But
Okay.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I can't remember enough about it to say. But
Yeah, because what you do.
but did you fight like synthetics and what? So the enemies were they like? So the world was 3D, but were the enemies like kind of like 2D?
How do you mean? Well, it's like they were like free. It was like what? How
So
can I put it?
the levels were 3D. Okay, but the enemies were 3D as well.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh,
so.
I didn't play it. No, I haven't played it.
Yeah, it's because it's like a shoot 'em up. Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
like
first person shooter.
first person. Yeah, yeah. So.
But also, like, even like the gun, I think the gun was like 2D as well. So only like the level was 3D.
Yeah, that's
But
it,
but the gun and like the people were like, I did play it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because what you should do, right? Yeah, is like if you turn off the music, for the stage, right? Yeah, turn the lights off, right? Yeah, and then you play the game. It's a fucking scary experience because what's happening is you're going through like the stages, right? Yeah, and all you can hear is Ripley's breathing, and she's like, and that's fucking scary enough, right? Yeah, especially when you play it at night time. Fucking great, fucking great.
Yeah, I used to hate going against like aliens or synthetics because I felt underpowered, and then like at one point you get like a pulse rifle. And I was like, oh, you're also fucked now. You've got a pulse rifle. It was like that was the one thing I was winning at the game. Like there were no okay guns. There was shit guns and the pulse rifle.
Have you ever played like Mercs?
It rings a bell because I know you play it. I don't think I've played it myself now.
Because you used to get like really interesting guns in Mercs as well. You should have like this. You used to have like a normal gun, right? Yeah, and then you have like a gun that like follows your fucking your enemy. So like no matter where they're hiding, right? Yeah, the bullet will go to them. But there was one gun that I really love, right? Yeah, so like when you start off, the gun is like it's like normal, but then as you get like different things, right? Yeah, you can make it like bigger. And I used to get this flamethrower. Fucking hell! When I got to like a good level, right? Yeah, you can just cover up the whole screen, just burn everybody. Fucking class. Yeah. So back to wrestling. Yeah. So I used to watch. There was Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, we loved watching him fight.
Yeah, because if you think about it, right? Yeah, he was a very small guy in WCW. Yeah. Beefed up in WWE, but at the time, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure like he paved the way for like a lot of people to like be like, well, if he can do it, I can do it as well. Yeah, because before it used to just be like American football players, hockey players, and stuff like that.
Oh really? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
because you couldn't get into wrestling very easily. Yeah, because what they'll do, right? Yeah, is like if you want, because at the time they were making like good money. It's fucking like good money everywhere. And if you wanted to be a wrestler, right? Yeah, you had to be tough. You couldn't come in there and then feel like.
Oh, so see if you're like short and with like muscular, not like a massive build, and if you're like, oh, this guy's just gonna get like break a bone.
Yeah, they used to do like what they said that wrestlers used to be quite stiff in the ring as a sign to like see if you can. It's kind of like military, innit? If you want to join the military, right? Yeah, you can't like just go there, right? Yeah, you have to like show that you're good enough to be part of the military, right? Yeah, because they don't want pussies.
You can now. Like my brother's in the reserves, and
Is there?
Yeah. So he's been like ever since joining the reserves, he has really been going the extra mile, like literally with like exercising, with weightlifting. But he's saying he is, and the thing is like, even though he's been doing all this, he is still not on level with a few of the guys there. Like, a few of the guys there are just like next level, like insanity, like workout, like type people. Like, it's like yeah. But no, but it's like he's with some people there. Like okay, so some women there, and I want to quickly highlight. This isn't all of the women that are in his group. Some are the women, but they are all women, unfortunately. And
about your brother.
Yeah, and that like they just don't have the stamina and the physical strength to do it. Like and again to admit, like there's some like women in there that do amazingly. I mean, I think even one of the girls in my one of the women in my brother's group, like her girlfriend is actually like in the proper army and like is in peak physical shape. But yeah, like so like literally if you like take anybody at the moment and but like the thing is like everyone has to go through the same thing, but you just have like some people that are just like dying after it and and most people like tired, and then you have a few people doing it and they're like, yeah, I could do another one, I could go for another round.
Because there was a kid in our year that he was part of the cadets, and he wanted to join the army. And then I remember like meeting him like years later, and I asked him if he'd join the army, and they told him that he wasn't good enough.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, see, that's different though. This is the reserve, so.
Yeah.
I mean, like basically they're part-time army, so I'm sure he'd be fine in the reserves.
Don't worry. If there was a war, they'll let him into the army and stuff, because everybody would be dying.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, conscription, yeah.
Yeah, because like with wrestling, right? Yeah, at the time, is like you had to be like show that you can hang with the boys and stuff. But now I think like people like just let you wrestle, even if you're like a fat bastard. You know, there'll be promotions that will be like, yeah,
Oh, you can do
you
it.
can wrestle and stuff. So that's how it comes that now you got like a lot of indie wrestling.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool.
Yeah, because indie wrestling is a big thing now because you have like a lot of people that aren't good enough to be in like the main roster and stuff,
Yeah.
but they're good enough to be in part of indie.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's quite cool. Like, I don't know much about the indie scene,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I was
It's
getting.
a joke.
I become interested recently because of the recent. Is it Logan Paul or Jake Paul? One. I think
don't
it's-
follow them.
Yeah. But, anyway, one of them was in a fight recently, and I think it was like the fifth, like highest grossing fight of all time. And I feel like these guys aren't even like world champions in their field, but they've managed to generate enough interest to get like almost at a film to get I think it was like 2.5 million.
Yeah.
That fight raised. It's like, so yeah, I think like indie is definitely making noise. But like basically, like here's the thing about fighting.
Mhm.
That I don't think that I think hopefully more people are starting to get. Like, these fighting events aren't for people that are really into like the technique and the honor of it. No, because even in wrestling, they have to train for that. So whether it's wrestling or whether it's MMA or whatever,
Right.
they're having to put in a lot of training.
Yeah.
They have to like get themselves in their body in a right shape for these things.
Yeah.
But the vast majority of people watching these fights, they're like, I want blood, I want a knockout, I want shit talking. And if you want all that, you don't need a world champion. You just need your best shit talkers. You just need your people that are like the most, like flamboyant and most interesting. And then yeah, that's where the
Yeah, because that is wrestling in a nutshell, you know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Chris Jericho said that like you can be like a really good wrestler, right? Yeah, but like if you don't know how to talk, right? Yeah, you're not gonna get far, because and that's what it is. Like if you think about like most of the people that like got to the top, right? Yeah, they've all been really good talkers.
Yeah,
you know?
Jericho is so charismatic. Like it like boggles my mind that like Dwayne Johnson is like a multi-millionaire actor, and Jericho's in what nothing. Like,
But Jericho's quite rich. He's got like.
oh no, he's not. Sorry. I'm not mean doing nothing, but he's doing nothing in like movie. I mean, maybe he's not interested in movies, but like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's my hope. Hopefully, he's not interested in movies, and that's why he has. I was just like, don't get me wrong. I like The Rock, but I was like, you don't want Jericho. Like you, Steve Austin's in films. You're even getting
He's in Expendables.
yeah, and what's the other guy? Cena, yeah.
Oh, John Cena. Yeah, John Cena.
Is it Cena I'm thinking of?
Yeah. He's in the
Sorry,
Suicide
yeah.
Squad.
Oh yeah, Cena. Do you know what? Cena's all right. He's very boring in his films usually. I think he's gonna be good in Suicide Squad, but you know, I take it back. Yeah, Cena and Jericho are kind of equal. Okay, but yeah, I take it back. Cena's also awesome, but Steve Austin got in movies before Jericho. Do you know? I'm so glad he had a boring character in X-Men. I was like, you know what? You cast him right. Just like
Yeah.
put him in, big boring guy. Get out.
But like talking about like wrestlers that like managed to like make it in movies, right? Yeah, is that most of them, right? Yeah, have always been like great talkers and stuff.
Yeah.
Roddy Piper's like is really good when he talks.
Have you
know?
seen him in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Oh no, don't watch it.
Oh, I know. It's like okay. Right Republic. It's called like the Maniac in that. It's like yeah. Can you come at the bar? It's like yeah, sure, guys. You know what? You guys, you remind me of my kids. It's like, oh wow, you got kids? Not anymore. Well, I'm gonna stop it there because I'm almost out.
David Bowie, why? And I was like, Feist. Fuck this guy.
No, Feist is a girl, right? It's a woman.
Yeah. I just wanted to piss you off.
Do you know what? Do you know what? I only like one song on that album, and I got it for that cost me like £2. So
Is it that Bee Gees song that she covers?
I don't know. I don't remember it now.
I think it was like Inside Out or something like that.
But yeah, like so there are a lot of crappy albums in there that I got for so cheap, and I thought like, well, you know what, this is like I pay that for the single. So
is it recorded?
Yeah, it's recorded right now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh man, because when you think about it, right? Yeah, like having a CD collection, right? Yeah, it's fucking. It's. How should I put it? People take it for granted.
Yeah. Do you know what? I feel weird about it because I feel now because I haven't bought CDs and I'm buying less and less records these days. But now I used to think of it like as a really cool way to just always have this music I love on hand. But honestly, like I've lived most of my like music loving life because I only started buying albums at the age of 18. So so like just like about 20 years ago. So and during that time I've had access to mostly good internet, and a lot of these albums I have, I maybe listen to them once, and but then usually if I want to listen to the song again, it's on the online. So really, it's the superficial side of it. It's the cover art, just the nice like, look on it that really like that I really love about it. Which should bother me a bit, but I still love it. But it's definitely like reduced in time because now these days, and also it is getting more difficult for me to find music that I like being released physically. Because now it's a thing where not all music is released physically anymore.
And then when it is, it's probably like a price that is kind of like, well, I'm not paying that.
Well, no, that's a good.
Is that when you go to Bandcamp, right? You have people selling you CDs, right? Yeah, for like £10 and stuff like that, yeah. And you're like,
I think £10 is good if you like all the.
If it was like, if I was on Bandcamp, right, yeah, and then I was selling music, right, yeah. The non-physical part, right, yeah, I would give it away for free, yeah. But for like CDs, right, yeah, I think £5 is enough.
Oh really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's because I started off buying singles, which lots of people criticised me for, which is why I didn't mind spending so much money for albums because.
But singles are good as well because you know, like you get a single, you get the remix versions and stuff. Sometimes, right, yeah, you're not gonna get these remix versions on the albums or whatever, right? Yeah. Sometimes these remix versions are really good. I remember, do you know Bewitched?
Yeah, I remember them. Yeah.
So like, they.
What do you like?
Yeah, fight like my dad. So they had a song called what's it called? Something about the rain. Blame It on the Weatherman.
Oh.
And then I remember like you get these like these free CDs from like Top of the Top magazine or something like that, or Now magazine. And there was this one remix of their song right that was fucking really good. It was really, really good. And that's why you kind of have to appreciate singles because sometimes you get like remixes and stuff that are quite good, much better than the original.
Sometimes you get like extra songs.
Oh yeah.
I have I'm a biggish Radiohead fan now, but for the longest time, the only Radiohead songs I have were the two Pyramid Song. Crap! What is the name of the bloody?
OK Computer.
No, I'm gonna have a look now.
That's the only one I know. I'm not really a Radiohead fan.
It's the one with Pyramid Song on it. Bloody hell, where's my?
I can't tell people that I don't listen to Radiohead because they probably like think I'm weird.
It's fine. What? Why not? What's wrong with not listening to Radiohead?
Yeah, I think it's like when I told when The Dark Knight Rises came out. Oh no, The Dark Knight when The Dark Knight came out, yeah, with Christian Bale, and someone was asking me like if I seen it, and I was like, yeah, I seen it. It was okay. All I said it was okay. and they flipped out on me. They thought, okay,
Wow.
okay, what the fuck are you talking about? It's the greatest film ever made. I was like, I thought it was okay.
Yeah. Do you know what? I've never had anyone flip out like me on the film, but I've seen it happen to the same guy multiple times, and like it's a shame because he doesn't have the right he doesn't have the right language that like film critics use to like defend wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
Because a
It's just
lot of people
misjudged,
just say like, "Oh, you don't like this film because you're immature. You don't have a mature understanding of the film." And it's like, it's really annoying when that argument gets used because
You're immature.
yeah. Well, no, because like there could be like no film is perfect,
Definitely.
and like yeah, and I'm sure you could always pick up things that aren't done. Well, it's just like it's not basically people don't always have the right words to describe why they didn't like something, and they can get like shot down because of that, unfortunately. But yeah, so the Radiohead album, Amnesiac. So I got the 2 Amnesiac singles years before I got the album, and then I realized when I got the album that the singles had bonus tracks on them.
Yeah,
Which was like great, a really good treat, and like and it's one of them is a really good song. It has like kazoos in the chorus, which I thought like such a cool thing to like, because like the thing is like Radiohead don't ever use instruments as a joke. They were using the kazoo, so like this is like the perfect sound for this chorus, and it works so well. I was like, oh wow, I just love that like that bravery. Like yeah,
because you know like with albums, right? Yeah, like. I feel there's certain albums that I've listened to in my time, because I don't. When you listen to an album, right? Yeah, you appreciate it for like how complete it is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So like, there's certain albums that I got, right? Yeah, and it just and because like each song fits so well with each other, right? Yeah, that is just like a perfect album that like I have to like have it. I have to keep it because it's a piece of art to me. Like it's like somebody has like gone out of the way to like design this. So like I got like Paddy Casey, the Long Pigs, Natalie Merchant, who is it? Kate Rusby. Yeah. So I got like all these weird artists and stuff, mainly because the albums, right? Yeah, the way it's presented is just so fucking amazing. And then
Long Pig, isn't that like a cannibal term?
I don't know. No, I don't know. Yeah, they're called the Long Pigs, but they have.
Yeah, I think long pig is a cannibal term for humans. So if you're eating long pig, you're a cannibal eating another man or another person.
Well, the guy that writes the lyrics. I think he's the guy that writes the lyrics, right? Yeah, he has such weird and amazing lyrics.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like.
I mean, are they on everything level of weird, or David Bowie level of like weird? And...
No, it's only like I don't know. It's like line
or MF Doom level of like weird lyrics.
No. It's like it's hard to describe it. There's one line.
Give me a lyric.
Yeah, he goes. Lying in the sun with you like a fat dog is worth cancer. Yeah, and I was like, who writes this lyric?
No, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's kind. I think he's like in the kind of same vein as like Baby Bird. Do you know Baby Bird?
You're gorgeous.
Yeah, but have you ever listened to the lyrics of You're Gorgeous?
No.
It's not a romantic song.
I love that. No. What happens in it? What's some of the lyrics?
Oh, it says like, remember that tank. So basically,
Yeah.
it's this guy taking this young girl
Yeah.
to like a car park, right? Yeah, and taking nude pictures of her, right? Yeah, telling her that he's gonna make her famous, but really he's just being a pervert.
Oh, brilliant. See, I love something like that. Like, I found out recently that one of the most popular songs played at weddings was You're Beautiful by James Blunt, which is a song about someone who's still in love with their ex-girlfriend. And it's like brilliant. But people just like listen to the chorus, like, oh, you're beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, so like the first dance, like, yeah, that song gets like gets requested like most, like, you're beautiful, that's true, yeah.
It's like the police song, Every Breath You Take. It's like it's not a romantic song, man.
Is that when I'll be watching you?
Yeah, I mean, what's it? It's not a romantic song. It's beyond creepy, mate. It's like, and because that's why I like lyrics as well. Like when you do karaoke, right? Yeah, and you actually like read the lyrics that are being like said, it can make a song that you like, a song that you hate, and a song that you hate, a song that you like. Like for example, I think it's like Boy Meets Girl. They have that song, "Waiting for a star to fall," blah blah blah. Reading the lyrics, right? Yeah, and it's about this guy who wants this girl, but he's never gonna get this girl because it's like waiting for a star to fall.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was like, "Fuck this shit." I don't like that. So since then, right? Yeah, I've not liked the song, and you have Queen, "Somebody to Love," right? Yeah, I never liked the song until I read the lyrics, and I was like, "Oh, okay, now I get it." And it's about like this guy who's just waiting for somebody to love and each day is like getting worse and worse. Like, well, he's coming home and he's like feel like shit, and there's nobody that can come be there for him to like make him, feel love. So he's always like praying to God, like, "Why don't you just give me somebody to love?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, now I get it."
Like, yeah, no, I totally had the same experience. Like, I used to listen to like a lot of Giles Peterson, like in the early noughties, and he got me onto this alternative hip hop group called the Strange Fruit Project.
Oh yeah.
And every single song they released, I loved. They had this like Tribe Called Quest, like Slum Village, like vibe, but like it like every track was just like so good. I loved the way they rapped. And then I think that album got released. The album had such a long time, like 18 tracks per album. Yeah. I mean, some of the songs were quite short, but it didn't really matter because like 18 tracks, like, mate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then it got to like the third album book for them, and like one of the lyrics was like, "I don't mess with gay guys." I was like, and like, it just like I couldn't. And like I tried to move past it,
but
it just kept like that lyric, and like, it's annoying. It was like shit. He just ruined that song. Every other song on the album and all future albums going to post. I've never listened to them again. And they didn't. And like, it's annoying. It's not even like the whole group. It's just one guy, one lyric, one time. And like, I feel like I should give him another chance just because like, it's not all of them. And like, so what? I mean, like, good. Yeah, you don't miss with gay guys and our gay guys like enjoying music. I should just like download this from now on, and then that'll be it. But on the flip side, I once saw Mos Def in an interview talking about like an MF Doom track, and it's talking about this song. I don't remember the name of the song. I'm not gonna go back to my album collection because that's gonna take time. But basically, the song's about MF Doom being on trial, and it's got this lyric. Do you see the perpetrator? Yeah, I'm right here. And Mos Def was like, he loves that lyric because like he loved the ridiculousness of a prosecutor asking someone on the stand if they can see the perpetrator, and before they can answer, the person accused stands up and admits to the crime. And I didn't get that. I didn't understand that in the song. And it's like I didn't think it was being that ridiculous. But I wasn't like that. Maybe in the more was like, do you see the perpetrator? Like, yeah, I'm right here. But because but in the song lyrically, it's all being done by like one person, so it just sounds like it's just like yeah. But it was like it was playing two people, like and that's another cool thing in like hip hop as well. Like you get a lot of like characters, like fuck, I'm getting angry. So this is one of my pet. This is one of my hates about the way hip hop is sometimes critiqued. So I remember this happens to all hip hop artists, or to many hip hop artists, but Tyler the Creator was one of the ones that like got hit the hardest because it was like very popular at the peak of like Odd Future. So the whole thing was that like his lyrics were promoting like violence, like abuse, and all these things. I'm just like, no, he's not. The character he's playing in his raps is like that, but he personally is not like that. And I hated that like these critiques that like I believe were mostly white, and I'm not saying that because I think all white critiques are racist. I just think they have that separation where especially these critics, where they don't believe that a black person like Tyler could have that creativity to make another character in his lyrics. They think that kind of creativity is only reserved for people who write books or make films or write poems, and that was what really pissed me off. Like, what's behind the critique? Like, oh, there's no way that's a character. You deep down, that's who you really are, and that really fucked him. That's what pissed me off about it.
That's really bad, because I think there was like a case about this is much like in America, this happened in America, and this woman was talking about a case that she had to oversee, and they had like rap lyrics from like the guy, and loads of the rap lyrics were like really kind of like offensive and stuff like that, but she was saying like, look, these are rap lyrics, right, but they're just lyrics. Right, there's a difference from like saying something and actually doing something. I can say, oh, I'm gonna kill you, but I'm just saying it, and they were saying that, like, all these people that are writing lyrics, right, it's like, and she was saying also, right, like some of the rap cultures, right, it's like some ways that you can only like get big in certain rap genres, right, is by writing offensive lyrics and stuff, because that's the style of you doing it. So like when you're writing these stuff, right, mainly you may not believe in these things, right, but it's like you're doing it just to get into the market. So like she was pointing that as well, like the guy, what he was writing was just part of the game. That's what they wanted to do.
Although I mean, again, with stuff like that, that's not really who they are. But and I think if anything's going to be criticised, they should be just criticising that they're being dishonest, because they are claiming that, unlike like with Tyler Creator or with MF Doom, they're not taking on a character. They're saying, this is who I am. They're like, this is what I've done in my life, or this is what I do, or this is my opinion. And they're just lying about it, rather than like playing a character where that's what the character is, because it's a fictional.
It's like when Jennifer Lopez said that she was just Jenny from the block, right? Which is a lie.
Oh, what is she? Jenny from like the suburbs? Or
yeah. It's like, but like critics, right? I don't even listen to critics and stuff.
But did she write that song?
But she sang it.
Yeah, she still sang it. You're right. Yeah, she still sang it. Yeah.
It's like Brian Ferry, right? He sang the song "Dance Away."
Actually, no. If she didn't, she probably did write it. But if she didn't write it, then I don't know. I think like.
But she read the lyrics.
No,
like, if someone gave me the lyrics and said, "Oh, Francis, we're gonna sing about like you being a rich guy and stuff," and I was like, "Yeah, but."
No, I don't know. I think if someone else writes it, you get a bit of separation. Not a lot, but you get a bit. Not a bit. You get a bit.
Yeah. Well, the Brian Ferry, he sings yesterday when he seemed so good, when I walked you home, kissed goodnight, said it's love, you said it's alright. Funny how I can never cry until the night that you passed by, hand in hand with another guy, dressed to kill, and guess who was dying? So, so it's a nice lyric here, but then when I look back at it, it's like, Ferry, that never happened to you. You're so sexy. That will never happen to you.
No.
You're too sexy for that.
How do you feel about like that Stevie Wonder song, like do I do what my love? Do you know that song? For you, what do I do when I do my love for you? Do you know? You don't know the song?
Yeah.
But anyway, one of the lyrics is like, when I see you walking down the street, like, right, so. Do you know what? I don't even feel. I don't feel guilty making that joke, and I'll tell you why. Because like, if you want to hear a really, really funny blind joke about Stevie Wonder, go see Stevie Wonder live and hear him talk about himself. Stevie Wonder tells the best Stevie Wonder jokes. It's like, I saw him at a festival, and his daughter was one of the backup singers.
Yeah.
And he was saying how like when he wanted to punish her, she would throw her voice. So he wouldn't, and like and she'd be like, "Over here, daddy," and so she's going to the right, but throwing her voice left, and Stevie's like looking left, and then like she goes right, then she moves to the left and throws her voice right, like, "No, over here, daddy," and like Stevie and like yeah, and like yeah, and also another good about seeing him live is it's like he's clearly told everyone else in the band, "Don't you dare do anything to take away my independence." That guy got so close to walking off the stage, and you saw all the band members like you know, when they just jump back and the seat to save him. It's like they didn't do it. Yeah. But no, there's like a special mat on the floor, so he knows where to walk.
But he can see now, though, anyways. Now.
Oh, can he?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, nice.
He had the surgery and stuff like that.
Oh,
I like that he can take the piss out of himself and stuff, right?
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, so funny.
It's good that you can, like... Because, I mean... Yeah, he's blind, right? Yeah, he's been blind most of his... Well, from right
from birth, from childhood.
But to his credit, right, yeah, he didn't let him weigh him down, you know? Like, he managed to, like...
Yeah,
turn it into like a positive.
And he's been performing since he was a child, so he's like, he's basically the Michael Jackson story, except without
no kids.
with no kids, with no abusive father. Like, man, if only Michael Jackson was blind, he might have been normal. He might have had a normal life.
This is a little bit off topic. Have you seen them? Have you seen those like skater shoes that kids have?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, there'll be one moment they're like running, right? Yeah. And then all of a sudden they start skating.
Yeah.
Do you think they made them for like kids so like kids can find it easier to like run away from like sexual predators? Because imagine like, yeah, you're a sexual predator, right? Yeah, you're running after a kid, right? Yeah, and you're like, I'm gonna get you. The kid running, right? Yeah, and all of a sudden this kid just starts skating away.
No. I think the opposite. I think they were made by sexual predators to weaken the ligaments and tendons and in people's Achilles tendons and that one behind the knee. So then when they do need to run, it gets all stiff.
That's so bad.
And you know what else gets stiff? The guy chase. I couldn't even. I mean, I didn't pretty much finish that joke, but yeah, I had trouble. I felt a little bit dirty after that. I mean, I have been having the cider, but still, like,
inappropriate stuff.
There's a dirty taste in my mouth, like,
is it cold?
so like so the dirty taste in the mouth that many pedos have left with their victims. I kind of feel that on a subconscious level just by talking about it.
I still feel sick.
So,
I still feel sick when I think.
Do you know what? I'm doing a Patrice O'Neal method of joke telling.
Patrice O'Neal is so bad.
Yeah, you have to. It's like you should want to offend half the audience and make the other half laugh. Then you know you're a good comic.
Lee Evans said like a really good story, right? Yeah, he said when he was starting up as a comedian, he was in this club somewhere, and this guy was looking in the mirror just before he's going on stage, right? Yeah, the guy was looking in the mirror and he was like, "You're fucking great. You're amazing. You're gonna make these crowd like fall over themselves laughing. You're super. You're amazing. Right? Yeah, just hyping himself up, right? Yeah." So it comes to the guy's turn, right? Yeah, and the guy goes on stage. And Lee Evans is still in the back, right, yeah? And I think the guy bombs really bad, right, yeah? So he comes back, right, yeah? He passes Lee Evans, right, yeah? Goes straight to the mirror, right, yeah? Points to the mirror and goes, "Okay, so you're not that good." That's a brilliant story.
I do love when comedians tell their own stories about like bombing. And the first one I know about is like but like like when they can like laugh at themselves, like Bill Burr has a great one about like he was bombing and there was some black woman in the audience who's like, "I ain't laughed yet." And everybody started laughing and he's like had to give it to her. Like,
Talking about like the audience, right? Yeah, I've come to realize now, right? Yeah, how important it is to have like a really rowdy audience, right? Yeah, like for example, like in wrestling, right? Yeah, do you know Lex Luger?
Rings a bell.
Okay, so the wrestler called Lex Luger, right? And he had a finisher where he like put people up on his shoulders, right? Yeah, and then like tried to rack them, right? Yeah. So like in wrestling, right? Yeah, when it was like doing really well, right? Yeah, you would sometimes like look in the crowd, right? Yeah, and you see people like lift up their friends and then put them on the shoulders and try to do the same moves, right? And in what you call it, and in like Jerry Springer as well, right? Yeah, the crowd as well, when they were like really hot, right? Yeah, they could have been like some of the funniest people ever. I always liked it when they used to be like, take it off, right? Yeah, and then someone would take off their top, right? Yeah, and then they all cheer. But if like the person that took off their top, right? Yeah, underneath, right? Yeah, was really disgusting, right? Yeah, they'll go from like take it off to put it on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just like realize now, right? Yeah, how amazing it is to have like a rowdy crowd, because they can make all the difference. You know, they can turn something from like being very like bleh to like being really amazing.
No, totally. Like, I've seen 2 films in the cinema. Or I've seen lots of films in the cinema. But the 2 in particular,
Equilibrium. The crowd was really good in Equilibrium.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Oh my goodness, yeah. So right. So Equilibrium, actually, let's start with that. So Equilibrium is a good film. I to this day it still holds up as like one of those classics, great action movies, like a game-changing action movie.
Yeah.
The only thing for me is that like I think many people enjoyed it slightly more than me because there's a bit at the end of Equilibrium where there's a fight between Christian Bale and like the main guy,
your father, yeah.
And like people were like surprised that he could fight, but I'd already seen him in like the Legend of the Guardian, so I already knew this guy had moves. Yeah, it's actually the only other film I'd seen him in, so I thought like, oh yeah, I know this guy can fight. Yeah.
Well, the father figure.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So I remember there's a bit at the end where he starts like doing all the gun cuts, and people like going, oh wow! I'm like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I knew you could do that shit. I knew you could do that shit. But like, what was really cool about the audience is like every bit of action there were audible gasps, and like, but it wasn't just that like because I found a heart as well. So there'd be bits like when Sean Bean dies,
yeah,
where like you could just feel the sadness. The bits with the dog,
yeah, that's what it is.
And that, like all the other guys in the auditorium were going like, oh, like I'd never like that was like it was really atmospheric. It made the film so much better.
Yeah,
but there's there's another end to that like sword. So I saw Star Wars Episode 2. Now. It's very popular to shit on George Lucas for Episode 2 because it's kind of, like all the like the focus on politics makes it like kind of like dull, and you kind of want it to be more like a action fantasy like the originals.
Oh yeah.
But like I saw that Clone Wars, Star Wars Episode 2, the first day it came out in the UK in that big screen in Leicester Square, and it was a sold out cinema. So if you know how big. Like, I mean, I think it's 1,000-seater easily, maybe more.
Well, that Empire Cinema, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think now it's Empire, but when it was Odeon, like back in the day, yeah. And it only has the one screen.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere was electric. Like that was the first time I saw like Yoda fight. I was like, and like, I left that screen thinking, oh my god, that's the best film I've ever seen. As soon as it's out on DVD, I'm gonna get it. I get it on DVD. I'm like, oh, this film's like just. It's just alright. Like it's not terrible, but like I went from like going like best science fiction movie ever, best action fantasy epic ever to like, oh yeah, it's a lot of A lot of politics.
I got a similar thing that happened to me as well. Like, it was when I went to watch Star Trek, the J.J. Abraham one, the first one. Right, yeah? So like when I watched it in cinema, right, yeah, I was like, wow, this is really, really good film, right? I really love it, right, yeah. And then I watched it on TV, and I was like, what's with these fucking lights? so much lights.
Yeah, the whole lens flare. I mean, he gets James out for the lens flare. He's like, it's a sci-fi. I think like that's the one time you should like be allowed. I mean, I out of all the J.J. Abrams, out of all the new Star Treks, I really like Into Darkness. Really, really like it. I love that film.
I like the trailer.
Yeah, I mean,
like
and as I walk over your cold corpses, now shall we begin?
I was like, yes, yes, we shall begin. And then I watched the film, and I was like,
oh really? Okay.
I was
Do
like,
you know what?
Shall we stop?
Definitely don't watch the third one.
I didn't bother watching the third one.
It's got too much Simon Pegg. And then like when it gets to the credits, it's like written by Simon Pegg. Now, yeah, I don't think Simon Pegg is a bad actor or a bad lead. Quite the opposite. I love Spaced, but I didn't want to see that much Scotty for a Star Trek film. I just feel like,
He was like, they must say, oh, Peg, you're gonna write a Star Trek film for us, yeah? And he's like, yeah. And then like as he's writing, he's like, you know what?
He's
I need a bigger role.
He's the co-star of that film. And
I need a bigger role.
Yeah, and like literally, like there was like when the credits coming, it was like written by Simon Pegg. You could just see how many people in it just like doing that thing where like they lift up their arms and like going, oh come on, really?
That's the worst thing to do, right? Yeah.
But like I got to say again, love Simon Pegg. I love the Cornetto films, Space. Yeah, just in Star Trek should have maybe taken it down a notch.
I feel like Simon Pegg, if it wasn't like for Shaun of the Dead, he wouldn't have been as big as he is, because the other films that he's done, I don't think they've been that great.
What you mean, the other Cornetto films?
Is that what they're called? Yeah, Cornetto films.
Yeah, so because there's a reoccurring thing where they eat Cornetto. So yeah, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and World's End.
Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, two good ones.
Okay, yeah. World's End?
Not too much. No.
Yeah, no.
And then he had one called Run Fat Boy Run. Is it?
Oh yeah, but that's so those kind of films. He made it with his mate Edgar Wright.
Oh right.
Who also directed like Scott Pilgrim. So like those two working together, and I think maybe he might even worked on Space as well. I'm not sure. I think when they all work together, and Nick Frost as well, obviously, they do just amazing things. But like, if it's just like you've just hired Simon Pegg to act, then it's it's like hit and miss. Because I love him in Mission Impossible. But yeah, Run Fat Boy Run, I was like, yeah, it's alright.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a bit, because I didn't watch the third Star Trek film, because to be fair, after the second one, I was like, yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
The best bit for me in the first Star Trek film is like near the end, because Idris Elba plays the villain, but you can't really tell because he plays a human that's turned into this alien, but then near the end he starts turning back human again. I was like, oh shit, is that Idris Elba? I had like no idea. Like the entire.
And because I actually prefer. I'm a Trekkie, so like I prefer old Trek. Yeah. But this is a bit funny for like Trekkies, right? So you got like the new Star Trek thing and Star Trek Discovery and Picard, right? Yeah. But you have like this divide with like Trekkies, like all those loyal Trekkies that like Generation, that like Star Trek Next Generation, Kirk and stuff like that, are actually watching the Orville, and then all the new ones, right, who are kind of like new wave Trekkies and stuff, actually watching Discovery and Picard, and the weird thing is, right, the Orville is more true to the old Star Trek than the new Star Trek is.
Yeah, it's weird. I feel like Star Trek had like three phases. So they had like the original, just kind of like cheesy, kind of a bit fun.
Kirk, I'm gonna go fuck
Yeah,
everything
yeah,
on
yeah.
the planet. Everything on the
yeah.
universe.
And then you move on to Next Generation, which
is
is a bit more serious. Apart from these random holodeck episodes where they just went crazy and like, and you can even dine them, but then you get this shift where you get the Borg, and it's you had the same thing in Deep Space Nine with the Dominion,
Yeah.
and it gets like super dark.
Yeah.
So now I think that was the real split between like the whole like Borg and Dominion type storylines, and then like you had like, oh, let's go to the holodeck, and like yeah.
Yeah, because I think what happened was is like the original creator of like Star Trek, I think
Gene Roddenberry.
Gene Roddenberry, right? Yeah, he had this vision, right? Yeah, where it's like, there's no sexism, there's no racism, there's no blah blah.
Oh wow!
Right? Yeah, and he wanted to make this future, right? Yeah, where like humanity like had like got rid of all its bad things and was progressing into like being something better, like, and the whole thing about like Star Trek Next Generation, right? Yeah, was like bettering yourself as a human being. That's why, like, when you look at certain episodes, right? Yeah, there's like a lot of like things about morality and humanity and stuff, like what is different and blah blah this and that. But then when it came to like but I think he must have like passed away, right? Yeah, or something like that. But Deep Space Nine and Voyager, right? Yeah, was headed by like a different person who wanted to like do something different. That's why it started to get darker, and that's why as well. Like 7 and 9 and like other like female characters in like Deep Space Nine, they were asked to like show off their boobs more.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't get that in Next Generation unless they go to like a planet where it's like, So like it was kind of like two different people's visions, right? Yeah. And so like the first vision was more like about like humanity and stuff, right? Yeah, and the next vision was like, we need to like start having fucking wars.
Yeah, I mean,
like that.
yeah. To be fair, I mean, like,
Don't get
It was-
Deep Space
I
Nine
think-
was a good series and stuff. But
do you know what? Deep Space Nine kind of, I like Deep Space Nine, but I didn't want to like it because like I was watching it, it's like, it's fucking Babylon 5. You just remade, you just remade Babylon 5 and put like Star Trek in it. Like it was such a blatant. It was ridiculous. It even followed the same routes where like it had like the station, where, like had all these like. But the Babylon 5 did it even better. It took more risks.
I never saw Babylon 5, but I remember it being very
Yeah,
successful.
it was like low budget. That was the only thing it had again. It just didn't have enough money. But yeah, the whole political themes, because like you actually had these two alien race on there, and one alien race had enslaved
the other
part
one.
of the other, and I thought like that's such a cool dynamic. You got these two ambassadors on this thing, and it's like
It's kind of like, and that's what actually happened on Deep Space Nine, innit? Because you had like one alien race that was like.
yeah. So the shapeshifter race.
Oh no, it was like the thing was like the Cardassians.
Oh,
yeah,
that one.
And the Bajorans, I think they had like a.
Oh yeah.
complex-
Yeah. But even like with the Dominion, like the whole thing was like that whole shapeshifting race.
Mm-hmm.
They gave that savage race that formula.
Oh
That
yeah,
made
yeah.
They made a cognitive and they were so once they had that like that enlightenment, they became so afraid of like losing that they were willing to do anything they said. And I think like on every ship they kept like some of the original wild ones, just so they would know what they would be turning back into. I was like, man, that's like
That's
so
deep.
fucked up and like psychological.
Yeah,
Like
deep.
yeah.
They started,
Yeah. But
Because, you know-
also they had this like they were taught this like samurai mentality,
Oh,
and
yeah.
like there's this whole thing where Cisco goes up against them on this planet, and it's like, and like, near the end, like Cisco's like, "Look, we have the advantage now, so just surrender." It's like no, we have to order bet. No, we're gonna keep on ours. Like I think like, look, you had the advantage before, now we have it. If we fight now, we will have no casualties. You will suffer all casualties, and they're like, I know, but it's the order of things.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah, they must have got that from history. But like
Yeah, it's ripped off of samurai law. Yeah, blatantly. Yeah.
like in Star Trek, right? Deep Space Nine is really dark, right? Yeah, and then Star Trek Next Generation, right? Yeah, it's like they are living on a cruise ship. Because the ship itself, right? Yeah, is not a warship. It's like a family ship because there's families there. And there's like you have like a bar, you have a holodeck, right? Yeah. Everybody's like got their own kind of like accommodation. It's very brightly lit, right? Yeah. It's like you're living on a cruise ship that occasionally goes to war. You know, and that's what I liked about it. And I also loved the because it was the way they done it, right? Yeah, is like it had to be bright, it had to be nice and clean and stuff, right? Yeah, because there's a representation of like going into like better pastures and stuff. But then Deep Space Nine, right? Yeah, it was like fucking great. It was dark. It was the accommodations didn't look that nice. Yeah, so yeah. I saw a scene in Platoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, have you seen Platoon?
No.
Oh, okay, so my friend made me watch Platoon, right? Yeah, and yeah.
I feel like there's no pride in it now. If I say it like that, yeah, oh good, yeah, I'm gonna push past like, oh yeah, well my friend made me watch it. Otherwise I would have never watched the series like that.
Yeah, because there's certain films I probably will never ever watch. Like I didn't want to watch. I didn't want to watch The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but my brother kept telling me, "Oh, it's an amazing film and stuff, right?" So I watched it, and I was like, "Oh, it's."
Do you know it's
good.
part of a trilogy?
Fistful of Dollars, is it?
Yeah, Fistful of Dollars and then a few dollars more.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing the other two either.
I think I don't. Yeah, I don't really.
I don't really westerns, Clint Eastwood and,
Yeah, westerns. There's a western called Bone Tomahawk. Yeah.
I've heard it's like really bloody.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm like, it looks like a good film, but I don't think I got the stomach for it. You know, like, cause I want to be able to like eat and watch a film at the same time. Yeah. So like, you know, like, my friends told me about Old Boy, right? Yeah. So I go rent out.
Wait, Korean or American?
Korean.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is before the American one got made, right? Yeah. Before Spike Lee thought, I could do it. I could do
You know what? I like them both.
Ah, well.
I'll tell you why. But you no, go on. Say what you're gonna say.
So,
And I'll tell you why that Spike Lee is the greatest. No, I'm kidding. I'll go.
fuck Spike Lee.
Oh, why? Because he doxed that person on Twitter. And it was the wrong fucking house. I just stopped playing with that thing. It's fucking up the microphone. I don't know. I can't stop touching it.
No.
Yeah.
So my friends tell me, goes, oh, you haven't seen Old Boy? You need to go watch this film, Old Boy, right? Yeah. So I go to the library. I rent out. I see the DVD or the VHS or whatever, and I rent it out. I'm watching it, right? Yeah. So far, I'm watching it. It's like a great film, right? Yeah. And I think I'm eating. Now it's coming close to the end. You seen the
Yeah.
So coming close to the end, right? Yeah. And I remember like I was eating, and I was like, and it was like the big reveal and stuff, and I was like, no. They're not going there. They're not going. Are they going there? Oh fuck! They just went there.
So he was still eating when Old Boy like stabs the guy in the neck just before fighting with that judo guy with white hair.
No, I'm talking about the reveal about like.
That's like 5 minutes before that.
Yeah. I was still eating.
And him shooting himself in the head. You're just like, yeah.
What pissed me off is finding out that like the girl was his daughter.
Yeah, that's the ultimate revenge.
Yeah, and I finished the film, right? Yeah, I took the VHS out, right? Yeah, and I was looking at the cover, and I was like, why'd you do that to me? Why'd you ruin my week? I thought we were friends, like.
That's what I love about it. Once more, but
Fucking bastard.
what was I saying? Yeah, so here's what. No, I like both versions, but
I haven't seen it.
here's what I like about the Spike Lee version that the Korean version didn't do. So the whole like fight scene that's all in one take.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone goes like, "Oh, that's an amazing scene." No, it's shit. No, I'm sorry. Fight scenes should be choreographed. With not too many cuts, but a few cuts, and with professionals, not with a bunch of people. Like it all just looks so fucking amateur. Like that just annoyed me.
But that's how it's supposed to be, innit?
Oh, no, there's a difference between like a street fight, which is like two people who don't know fighting, and they'll make because like the thing is, it didn't look like a street fight. It just looked like people
So they would have fight.
play. It looked like play fighting.
Yeah, because like when you
Not-
look
not-
at it, there's a people like
not
walking
in
away
whole,
with it.
not in whole, but there were too many parts of it that looked like play fighting. That kind of annoyed me. So I much preferred in the Spike Lee version where it was choreographed. And what was the other thing I liked about the Spike Lee version? Oh crap! They changed something which made more sense. I can't remember now. Anyway,
Yeah.
but mainly
Yeah, because I was like, I think I kind of like stopped watching films that were remakes. The only remake that I watched where I didn't watch the original is probably The Departed.
yeah. So The Departed is one of my favorite films, but I should fucking hate it because the original makes so much more sense. In the original Infernal Affairs,
Not Internal Affairs with Andy Garcia. Is it Andy Garcia?
I haven't seen it.
And Richard Gere.
No, the fucking Chinese.
Yeah, because I typed in Internal Affairs and I was watching it, I was like, I didn't know Andy Garcia was Chinese. Fuck.
Hey man,
I
he's
thought-
got range. He's got range.
I thought he was Italian.
Oh, what? Just because his surname's Garcia?
Yeah.
Do you think Cherry Garcia is Italian just because it's an Italian? I don't know. What the fuck am I talking about? Anyway, Infernal Affairs. So yeah, in it,
Probably is.
the gangsters guy and the cop, they both join at like when they're teenagers. So and then like it fast forwards to the future when they're both adults. So now one's like in the police force, like quite high up, and then one's like quite high up in it. And the gangsters, so it makes sense because they've been one's been undercover and the other's been like in the gangster's pocket.
That isn't the party though.
No, in the party, this happens over a year. In the Infernal Affairs, it happens over a decade.
Oh.
They're literally teenagers and then they're men.
Oh.
Yeah. There's like they're not even played by the same actors. By the time they get to the main story,
okay.
so yeah, so it made sense. Like, and then in the party, like I love that film. Everyone's performances, especially Jack Nicholson's, I love. But I'm thinking like, if you're looking for the rat, it's the new guy. It's obviously it's the newest guy that joined.
But
Yeah, who is it? It's the new guy, the one who just joined. Like, who else could it be?
wasn't there like a couple of new guys there as well?
No, like Leonardo DiCaprio was like the newest one. Everyone, cause
Oh,
everyone
you're
was
talking
already
about
in
the gangsters,
queue.
innit?
The gangsters.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
already in the crew. Oh yeah, I mean with
With the police force.
With the police force, yeah, you couldn't figure out, but yeah, with
yeah.
yeah, and there's an amazing scene in Infernal Affairs where they're in a interrogation room, and you've got the crime boss on one side and the police chief on the other side, and they're both like looking at each other's guys. So one's looking at the undercover cop, and the other one's like looking at the cop he has in his pocket, and the gangster in that is like brilliant because he's just like so like cocky and jokey.
Oh yeah.
But then he'll sometimes just get like snap and get really angry. So there's a whole bit where and the cop says something that provokes him, and he's eating on his food, and he just like swipes the food away without thinking, and he gets his whole sleeve like covered in like this like sauce,
Oh yeah.
and like he's just like angry, like talking to the guy, and whilst talking like he like kind of like shakes his sleeve, and it was so good, such a good scene because like he's so angry, but at the same time like got fucking sauce on my sleeve, and like and the scene is really cool because it basically threatens to kill the chief, like, and like the chief's like, okay, no hard feelings, and it's like ever since someone's touched hands with a dead man, and then like leaves, and like, yeah, such a, yeah.
I need to watch.
I think like I really wish they put that in the remake, but no, I do like what Scorsese did.
Yeah, but I mean, I really need to watch the original stuff because everybody that like seen The Departed right here, but had seen like Infernal Affairs right here, had said like Infernal Affairs is like much better.
No, they're both good. That's ridiculous. I'm sorry, because they're totally different in many ways. Like I think like The Departed is a lot more gritty and has it seems more a lot more gritty, and I like the humor that gets put for it as well. But like with Infernal Affairs, it just it just feels like the stakes are so much higher, but it also feels a bit unreal. But like that plays into it, like the they really play into like the attraction of like Criminal Life or like so.
Wow.
They're not honestly they're both good in their own right.
I need to watch it because
Yeah.
I do. Like, and you say we're talking about like, acting, right? Yeah, like because that's what does it for me as well, right? Yeah, when like somebody can like play a role really, really well. It's like I always like when you go on YouTube, you can like watch like clips from certain films over and over again, right? Yeah, I always watch clips from like Rain Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a scene where like they're at a canteen and they're eating, and then Rayman is like, I want pancakes, right? Yeah, and then Tom Cruise's character is like, oh, okay, well we'll get pancakes, right? Yeah, and the Rayman's still going, I need pancakes, and he's like, they'll be here when they're done, right? Yeah, and Rayman keeps going at it, right? Yeah, so Tom Cruise's character like just grabs the back of his neck, right? Yeah, and tells him to shut the fuck up, and that scene is just like. The mannerisms of like both characters is like it's so interesting. It's like you're looking at two people and you can see like one getting really irritated, and then the other one just like being oblivious to like what he's doing.
Yeah.
I just think it's like a fucking amazing scene. It's like because there's certain actors like there that act that I love watching act because they're really good at it. Like Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good in Mutiny and the Bounty.
I haven't seen it.
I don't know. Do you like old films?
Not usually because I find them too theatrical, and I prefer like subtlety in like movies rather than like.
Yeah, actually, some of them are too theatrical, but this movie.
It makes sense. You mean like film hasn't been around so long, and a lot of people feel like theatrical acting is like real acting. So
I'm
it
trying
has
to
that
think.
going for it.
I'm trying to think of like an old film that's like not too theatrical. I think like a Mutiny on a Bounty isn't like too theatrical
Yeah, I mean.
because it's based on like true events.
No, I don't mean like. I just mean like the way they like. It's a lot of like projecting your voice and like
they do that.
bold.
Oh yeah,
Like I mean like
they do that. They do that in British cinema now, anyways. Like with all the like films that come out about like hysterical things, they overact on everything.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like the film Elizabeth. There's overacting in that.
yeah.
And I don't like that. They don't even need to
Let's
do
do a
that.
Volta. Let's do a Volta. Another one.
I command the sea. It's a fuck yeah. And do you know one thing that I hate about films, right? Yeah, is like when they do like historical films, right? Yeah, and they always have to. They have to like always talk about how the character is going to be like something great in the future, and it's like you don't know that. So stop doing that. Yeah,
They say it about everyone. That's just that they're motivational speakers. That's how they're back in the
you're gonna be the greatest warrior to ever live. So you don't know that.
and then the baby died because the infant mortality rate was really high in this age. But the next child, who we gave the exact same name, will be the greatest. We'll go on.
They should just do a film about like a guy who would have been the greatest but didn't make it.
There's lots of things like that. What about the guy about the Fifth Beatle?
Ah, Fifth Beatle. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's called Backbeats, maybe.
Uh,
Yeah, it's about the guy who.
I don't like Beatles, anyways.
Oh,
You
do you
don't
know
like
what?
the Beatles? You don't know what are you? Are you a fag?
Do you know what? I'm sorry, Prince. I know you're not alive anymore, but I'm sorry because I haven't listened to enough of your music because somebody recommended me the Beatles. So here we go. So I was talking to someone and I talk about music a lot, and it used to come up quite frequently that I'd never listened to the Beatles and never listened to Prince.
Mm-hmm.
And someone said, like, "Oh my god, the Beatles are amazing!" And I looked at them, so I thought, you know what? I'm going to take the time, and I listened to every one of their albums, the entire discography, and I didn't like a single album. I barely liked many of their songs, and I'm just going to kind of say this is. I don't get why more people say, but the Beatles are shit. And you know why they're shit? Because Paul McCartney and John Lennon are geniuses who, rather than stay solo, because their solo albums are amazing. I have Paul McCartney albums. I have John Lennon albums. I even have a bloody Yoko Ono and Lennon album, which is better than any Beatles album. Like, I don't give it.
I can
Yeah,
imagine. I can imagine like loads of Beatles fans
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
fuming. They go fuming.
Oh no,
then
no,
you-
like Lennon,
you're,
Lennon and Yoko, they've got this song about like how woman is a nigger of the world. I'm like, John Lennon and he just said nigger. Oh, this is amazing. So like, just on that alone is better than every beat of that. Like, and here's the other thing as well. I listen to the Beach Boys. The Beach Boys are way better than the Beatles. Like, it breaks my heart that like what's the main guy from the
Brian Wilson.
Brian Wilson, like, broke down into tears when he heard, like, in his car when he heard a Beatles album, because it's just like he felt like he'd never make anything better than that. It's like, dude, all your albums are better than a bloody like Beatles album.
Do you know? Because I was going to actually say that right. Yeah, like, you don't like the Beatles because I think you prefer the Beach Boys better, right? Yeah, but
Yeah. But the
The
fact
fact that-
that I like Paul McCartney and Lennon is just like, yeah.
he goes when they made Pet Sounds, apparently, right? Or what I heard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when they made Pet Sounds, right? Yeah, Paul McCartney and his wife were like driving down to like see Brian Wilson and all stuff, right? Yeah, and then Paul McCartney must have told Brian Wilson, right? Yeah, that like I think he cried in his car.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think it's like
Yeah.
either he cried in his car or he was stumped by like how great
Yeah.
the music
I
was.
mean, like, I'm a Beach Boys fan. Pet Sounds is not my favourite album.
I think they did Pet
But-
Sounds just to like come back. I think Brian Wilson did Pet Sounds right, yeah, just to like one up on the Beatles.
Then, you know, mission accomplished, because that album, I've never heard so much originality and experimentation in one album. And like, there are songs on there that I don't like but I appreciate. And actually, I think Pet Sounds has my favourite Beach Boys song.
About your best friend.
No, the one like listen, like don't talk, the breakup song. Yeah. Don't talk, put your head on my shoulder. Don't talk, just be here and be still. And it's just like listen to my heartbeat. And I just like, I thought it was a really nice. So, because you never hear love songs about breakups.
I only heard the 2-pack version of that one.
Oh really? There's a two-part version of it.
There
Oh,
goes,
okay.
don't talk. It's got don't talk.
Talk, put your head on my shoulder.
Don't
Talk,
talk.
rest your head and be still.
Don't talk.
Talk.
Suck on my dick.
And listen to my
yeah,
dick,
yeah,
my
fucking-
cock from.
Yeah,
Listen, boom.
You know, yeah, no, because yeah, cause I'm not really big on the Beatles and stuff like that. Yeah, but you think about like the metal bands.